Out of the gates and ready to go. Welcome in to Chat Sports' live coverage of day number one of NFL free agency frenzy. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. We are broadcasting on Seahawks today as well as the Chiefs Report, a dual simulcast between two of our powerhouse channels here at Chat Sports. And this afternoon, we will be reacting to all the moves that are happening in both Seattle and in Kansas City. We will also take a peek around everything else that's happening across the National Football League in today's show. Appreciate y'all being here with us. Thanks for spending your Monday morning into afternoon here on the channel. And free agency officially begins in about 2 hours from right now. But moves are already in progress. Just a few moments ago, Khalil Mack announced he's returning to the Los Angeles Chargers. That's our first move of the day, a one-year, $18 million deal with everything guaranteed for Khalil Mack on that front. As you guys file in and we get this show started, shout out your city. Let us know where you're at, and we'll shout you out as we get off and rolling. We're coming at you from the Chat Sports Studios here in downtown Dallas, Texas on this Monday. It has been a crazy couple of days for yours truly. I was live on Seahawks Today last night for the DK Metcalf trade. We were live on Friday for the Geno Smith trade. And I've had breaking news just back and forth between covering the Seahawks and covering the Chiefs both over the last few days, from Joe Thuney to Josh Jobe and Hollywood Brown to Ernest Jones. I'm still catching my breath. But, hey, we're back. We're ready. We're good to go. And I appreciate y'all being here with us here on today's show. Where are you guys watching from? I got on the Seahawks chat, I got JJ checking in from Fort Worth, Human in Seattle, Caden's in Tulsa, Seth is in Laverne, California. I got they in Missoula, Montana. I got Jet in Washington, got Mark in Arlington, got Patrick Morehouse in Hillsboro, Oregon, got Doug in Chicago. I got Preston in Tacoma over on Seahawks. Meanwhile, on our Chiefs chat, I got Tony checking in from El Paso, David Buck in San Antonio. I got Stoney in Bradford. I got Larry in Lawrence, South Carolina, also checking in. I got Gary in Independence, Kansas as well. Appreciate y'all being here with us here on this Monday as we count you down to the start of NFL free agency. Since we are live on both Seahawks Today and the Chiefs Report with this dual simulcast today, we are going to be battling all day long between our Seahawks channel and our Chiefs channel. And we're going to see which stream is going to have the better outcome today. These are old AFC West rivals dating back many, many years ago. And there's some history there between these two teams. And so we're going to have a little fun today between our two respective channels. So I'm going to put a minute on the clock. And over this next minute, I'm going to be looking back and forth and seeing who can spam the letter for their team the most. In Seahawks, I want y'all spamming S for Seahawks. In Chiefs, I want you spamming C for Chiefs. And let's see who can get the most and win this battle between these two and get the chat going. I already have 148 people in the building on Seahawks. I got 66 people in the building on Chiefs. I know we can do better than that on both of them. So go ahead. Let's see who can spam them the most between the two channels. And we'll give some shout-outs back and forth. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spam S for Seahawks. Spam C for Chiefs. Here we go. Let's start with the shout-outs on Seahawks. I got Rick, Dashing, Vanessa, Caden, Joe, Rick, Splash, James, Tyler, Rick, Mark, they, James, Caden, Patrick, Rick, Splash, Seth, Anthony, Vanessa, Doug, Patrick. Meanwhile, over on Chiefs, I got Peter, Junie, Larry, Tony, Dallas, David, Joe Gunn, Dallas, Tony, Rated Dog, Stoney. Who else we got? Ronald, Stoney, Joe Gunn. Keep going. Faster, faster. Let's go check back on Seahawks now. I got Anthony, Dan the Man Miller. The real Dan the Man, that is. Vanessa, Anthony, Tyler, Patrick, Nicholas, they, Mark, Josh, Sam. Keep going. Keep going. Over on Chiefs, I got Benjamin, Rated, David, Ronald, Tyson, Paul, Benjamin, David. Very good. Very good. Much appreciated, everybody, for getting in the chat on both channels. Keep spamming those S's for Seahawks. Spam the C's for Chiefs. Let's get this battle today. And I'm looking at the number. Let's see who won this first battle today. We got up to 218 on Seahawks. On Chiefs, we got up to 175. So round number 1 goes to the 12s. There you go, Seahawks. How about those Seahawks? Seahawks, you guys win the first round. We'll keep these battles going today as we got a number of things we're going to be battling between the two channels as we're live on both Seahawks and Chiefs here this Monday morning into Monday afternoon. I got a couple deals that we're offering. Let's start with the Chiefs Kingdom. I got polos on sale now for up to 50% off at chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos. All sorts of different ones to choose from, and they look fantastic, and it's only for a limited time, folks. You're going to want to check these out. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos to get yours today. All sorts of different colors, different sizes, all for your liking at chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos. And we have plenty of selection to choose from, as well as other Chiefs merchandise. Go see for yourself now, chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos to get yours today. Seahawk fans, I got a deal for you. We have hoodies on sale for up to 50% off. Look, I'm wearing a hoodie right now. This is the perfect time of year to be wearing a nice hoodie, folks. And we have plenty of hoodies to choose from at chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies. And those are also up to 50% off as well while supplies last. Go check it out today. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies. We also have other Seahawks merchandise available at that link for you. Check it out today. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies. All right. Much appreciated. Thank you all for that. As we continue our battles today, so round 1 went to the 12s. Now let's see how we do in a like battle today. I got 22 likes on Chiefs right now. I got 45 on Seahawks right now. If you are enjoying our free agency coverage, if you're glad to be here with us for NFL Free Agency Frenzy Day number 1, hit that like button, and let's see who can get the most likes between the two channels as we battle between Seahawks today and the Chiefs report here on this Monday. Hit that like button. Type me in the chat when you like the video as well. And the first channel to get to 100 likes, I will do a beer cheers and crack open a Miller Lite in your honor. Let's see who can get there first. Seahawks today off to an early lead, but there's still plenty of time for Chiefs Report to make up some ground and make this happen. Seahawks is at 60 now. I see 35 on Chiefs. Type me when you like the video. Tony liked it. Paul liked it. Gary, David, Rated Dog, Tony, Stoney liked the video. Who else on Seahawks liked the video? Type me if you liked the video. Justin liked it. They liked it. Edward liked it. Dan the Man Miller says, boo Chiefs. Jaylon liked the video. Street Squid liked the video. Tyler says everyone liked the video. We're at 69 likes on Seahawks. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see who gets to 100 first. Will it be the Hawks or will it be the Chiefs? Which fan base is going to get to 100 likes first? We're at 74 now on Seahawks. Where are we at on Chiefs? We're at 41. Early lead for Seahawks. Still time for Chiefs to make up some ground. Who's going to get to 100 likes first? I will do a beer cheers in your team's honor, but you got to get to 100 likes. Who's going to get there first? Gary liked it. Nicholas liked it. Jaylon liked it. Dashing Queen. Sam liked it. Tyler says everybody liked the video. Chris liked it. RSF. Chad. Josh. Meanwhile, on Seahawks, on Chiefs, I see Junie. Jeremiah. Ronald liked it. We're at 45 on Chiefs. We're at 79 on Seahawks. Now we're at 86 on Seahawks. Who's going to get us to 100 first? Who is going to get us to 100 first? We're at 90 on Seahawks now. We're at 46 on Chiefs. Seahawks running away with this. Running the Chiefs Kingdom out of the water. Will they get to 100 first and finish the job? We're up to 93 now on Seahawks. We're up to 47 on Chiefs. Who's going to get to 100 first? I will do a beer cheers, crack open a beer in your team's honor. There we go. And the winner is Seahawks today. How about that, 12s? It may be early. It's just past 8 o'clock on the West Coast, but that doesn't mean we can't start drinking. Here is a cold Miller, a fine Pilsner beer. We drank a lot last night. I am thankfully not hungover. And we're still here. We're still thriving. To the 12s, congrats to the Seahawks for winning the second challenge. Seahawks today 2-0 so far against the Chiefs report in our battles today between the two channels. Cheers to you 12s, to all of the Seahawks fans up in Seattle and around the world. Cheers to you. There we go. Gary says it's beer o'clock somewhere. That's exactly right. Who's a player that you want your team to sign? Whether you're a Seahawks fan, whether you're a Chiefs fan, whoever it may be. Who's a player that you want your team to sign? Joining me today on the ones and twos is the man, the myth, the legend himself. Big Tex is here. He is very popular among both of our Seahawks and Chiefs fan bases. They know him well. You know him, you love him. Big Tex, you'll hear from him from time to time today. And Big Tex, as he gets his mic on and gets adjusted here, good to hear from you.
Yeah.
I know that you have a special place in your heart for both these fan bases. We're glad that we could bring this show to both teams today. And it's fascinating for both these teams in the circumstances that they're in.
Right.
Let's start with Seattle. We were covering that last night, trading away Geno, trading away DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
But you have plenty of cap space, and you have 10 draft picks as of right now.
Yeah.
I still feel optimistic about this Seahawks team. I know they got work to do, but I know people are already writing this team off, saying, oh, man, losing Geno and DK. Well, now you get to get younger, you get more picks, you got more money. I still feel like the direction this team is headed in a good path from here. What do you think of the Seahawks situation right now? Let's start with them.
Yeah, it's a great question. I tend to agree with you. I think, it stings that you got rid of Geno Smith, your quarterback. You got rid of arguably one of the most talented wide receivers on your roster, and that stings. But like you said, they're going a new direction. They're going to a younger kind of retooling of the roster, if you will, and I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it all kind of hinges on if they can get Sam Darnold or another quarterback that can perform at a level that's higher than Geno Smith and that can take them to the playoffs. Because we don't forget, this team won 10 games. They just barely missed the playoffs as a wild card spot. So they're not too far from competing. And if you take advantage of the draft, get the right players to make an immediate impact on the roster, and you find a quarterback that's working in the system that Clint Kubiak wants to run now with Seattle, then I think they could have success and they could be a wild card team this year. That's my thoughts on that, though.
Let's talk about the Chiefs situation here. You move on from Joe Thuney.
Yep.
We knew that the Chiefs were in a tough spot with limited salary cap space and trying to keep some of their key pieces and all. But you franchise tag Trey Smith. You re-sign Nick Bolton. We'll see what happens with Justin Reid here. But where there's a Veach, there's a way, as we say in the Chiefs report all the time. I mean, I don't know how the man does it. He's a magician. Is the roster better than what it was a week ago? No. But with what they have in draft picks coming up and making the most of this situation, I feel like Brett Veach has done a pretty good job. Both teams, if there's a common theme between these two channels today, between the Seahawks and Chiefs, it's the offensive line issue. And for Seattle, obviously, they need help at the tackle spots and the guard positions. For Kansas City, it's very similar. They need help at tackle and guard at this point. Still need to address the offensive line, but I am I'm very pleased with how things have gone, all things considered, just knowing that the challenges that were ahead, but Brett Veach looks like he's making it work again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from a GM standpoint, not to throw shade at John Schneider, but if I was going to put my feather in a cap of one of the two GMs here and put my, push all my chips in and be like, I trust you to rebuild the roster and retool it so that we can compete and get back to the Super Bowl, I'm definitely taking Brett Veach 10 out of 10 times over John Schneider. And I know that, sorry, John.
Both have won Super Bowls.
Both have won Super Bowls, but Brett Veach has won a lot more Super Bowls, and he's got Pat Mahomes. So I think the Chiefs are in a better spot, obviously, and they have a higher future ceiling potential compared to the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are a younger team. They're going to take maybe 2 seasons to really compete for the NFC. I think this season they'll make the wild card as a playoff team, but I think that in 2 to 3 years from now, they'll be like an actual threat in the NFC alongside the Eagles.
So another one of our battles today is going to be a Super Chat battle. As we compete in every way, from the chat to subs to likes. But the biggest battle of them all is dollars and cents when it comes to the Super Chat battle. And we have our first Super Chat of the day.
Yep, I'll pull it up.
Courtesy of Seahawks today. The one and only Dan the Man Miller is going strong for the Seahawks, making his presence known. And we'll get to the Super Chat menu after this. I love it when we get Super Chats rolled in when we haven't even got to the menu yet. People don't even know what they're paying for yet. And here they are supporting the show and getting this thing started. Let's begin with Dan the Man Miller. First Super Chat of the day on Seahawks Day. Everybody spam Dan. I don't care if you're a Seahawks fan or you're a Chiefs fan. It's all going to the same place here at Chat Sports. Spam Dan in each chat. I want to hear from everybody showing Dan some love with that $5 Super Chat. We'll show him what he's buying here in just a moment with the Super Chat menu. $5 Super Chat from Dan the Man Miller writes in. With all the draft picks we have, do you think we will move up in the draft and get one of the top 2 quarterbacks? Dan, very good question. So the top 2 quarterbacks that he is referencing are Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders in regards to Seattle here. Everybody keeps spamming Dan, by the way, in both chats. I want to see everybody typing Dan. I'm seeing it from Chiefs people too, Dan. The Chiefs chat is spamming Dan as well, so that's great to see. Everybody's showing Dan love on both chats. But I would say that it's unlikely because I think that they are going to sign either Sam Darnold or Aaron Rodgers. Sam Darnold appears to be their first choice, but they are taking a meeting with Aaron Rodgers as well. And I think that they are trying to compete for the win now. Despite all the retooling here, I don't think this is a rebuild situation, and I think the cost to go up is extremely high. Now, here's something, Dan. We brought this up on Friday's live show on Seahawks Today. Let's say we get to draft night, all right? Because the price is just going to be asinine to try to move into the top 5 and get one of those top 2 quarterbacks. It's going to be insane. But if we get to draft night, and let's say Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, and I think more likely Shedeur Sanders, falls in the draft, let's say past the top 10, then we could see them make an aggressive move. But Seattle needs so much help on the offensive line, at the guard spot particular. I think that's where the focus is getting help at the guard position with that first-round draft pick. But if somebody slips, then I could see that being possible. But I don't see them moving into the top 5 to get a quarterback. We'll see how things ultimately play out. Dan with a $5 Super Chat. We'll add that to the Seahawks column. Seahawks take an early lead in the Super Chat battle, $5 to nothing. Still waiting to see who's going to send the first Super Chat of the day over on our Chiefs channel, which we're also live on between the two. We're battling the 2 channels today. Here is the Super Chat battle. Super Chat menu, rather. My bad. First-time Super Chatters, we will give a chant for your team. Whether you're a Seahawks fan or a Chiefs fan, we will give you a chant for your team if you are a first-time Super Chatter. I want to have some first-time Super Chatters today. If you've never contributed to Chat Sports before, here is your chance to do so. Let's get some first-time Super Chatters. $5, you get a beer cheers. Cheers to Dan the Man Miller. $10, we're taking some shots. I got plenty of tequila, a whole bottle here, folks. For every $10 super chat, we'll do a shot. $20, we will get bean boozled with the jelly beans. Dan the Man Miller, by the way, has a very good record with the bean boozled. I did win last night. I finally beat Dan the Man Miller in a bean boozled challenge. Will that continue? We'll see. $20 super chat would get bean boozled. We'll pick out a mystery jelly bean. It could be delicious. It could kill me. It could be spicy. It could be poisonous. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. $20 get bean boozled. $50 will do a bear bong in all its glory. And then the number to get to a boot today. Got to get to $300 in super chats on either channel to get to a boot. All right? $300 on either channel, and we will do a boot in your team's honor. So that is what's on the menu today. You know, the theme around here we talk about all the time is when we drink, we score, we drink, we win. Well, I think today's theme is when we drink, we sign. So if you want your team, whether it's the Seahawks or the Chiefs, to sign somebody today, send in a super chat. When we drink, we sign. When we drink, we win. And we got another super chat that just came in from Greenlight. So that brings the Seahawks total to $15 and Chiefs at 0. Honestly, this is kind of embarrassing start for the Chiefs report. They've gotten beat in the comment battle, and the like battle, and the super chat battle. The 12s are owning the Chiefs Kingdom so far as we're about 20 minutes into today's program. Greenlight Gang with a $10 super chat writes in. What do you think about Justin Fields? You know, I'm a fan of Justin Fields. I felt like he got a bad rap with the Chicago Bears, that he was put in an awful situation there with a bad O-line, not much talent around him, some terrible coaching. Goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were winning games. He was doing a decent job, and he got benched. And some people are going to say, wow, you must be pretty bad if you got benched for Russell Wilson. Well, Mike Tomlin made the wrong decision. He played the wrong quarterback. He should have kept Justin Fields out there as his quarterback, and the Steelers paid the price for it. They made a mistake not keeping Justin Fields as their starting quarterback. With that said, I don't think he won't cost you an arm and a leg. I wouldn't hate the idea of him going to Seattle on a short-term prove-it contract of sorts. But as of right now, there is no momentum towards Justin Fields in Seattle. We have not heard a lick. Now, things could change, obviously. But sounds like John Schneider's interest is all in Sam Darnold and Aaron Rodgers. So while we may like Justin Fields, and I'm open to that possibility, our indications at this point in time are that that's not even on the radar for Seattle at this point, but we'll see if things change. Our first shot of the day, we will pay off there from that last super chat that came in from Greenlight. Every $10 super chat, we are taking a shot. Greenlight gang, here's the first shot of the day. Everybody raise your glass. I know it's early. It's not even 8:30 on the West Coast yet, and here we are. Cheers to you, Greenlight gang. Go Hawks. Ooh. Ooh. That's the way to start the morning. That's the way to get things started. South with a $5 super chat writing in. Sign Aaron Rodgers to a one-year deal that would be cheap. First off, he's not signing anywhere cheap. So you can kind of take that out the window. Aaron Rodgers, wherever he goes, he's going to get paid. Draft Dart or Howard in the second round to sit next year behind Rodgers. I think there's a chance Dart might go in the first round. He might be off the board. Will Howard? He could be available in the second round. I could see that. Also want Grant at 18. Seth, my guy. How about some offensive linemen? What are you going to do about the offensive line? If you draft a quarterback in the second round, take Grant in the first round. Seth, we got a problem at the offensive line in Seattle right now, man. What are we going to do about the offensive line? Seth, thanks for the super chat. But are we ignoring the big issue here? We got to take care of that first, Seth. Seth, come on. Come on now. Cheers to Seth. Another shot. This one's from Street Squid. What does Seattle's cap situation and draft picks look like Who do you see Seattle picking up in days 1 and 2 in the draft? And we got our first Super Chat of the day from Chiefs. We'll go to that next. So Seattle has about $65 million now in cap space with 10 draft picks. Offensive line, I think Tyler Booker is a possibility. I think Kelvin Banks is a possibility. And then I think you're looking edge rusher for that day 2 pick. I think that's what Seattle's kind of looking at this point in time. That would be what I would guess is the area of focus. But Street Squid, thanks for the $10 Super Chat. That's another shot. Cheers to you. Go Hawks. The first Chiefs Super Chat. We actually have a couple Chiefs Super Chats. Let's start with Robert, and then we'll go to Fantasy. Now Chiefs Kingdom is starting to compete a little bit. A little slow start for Chiefs Kingdom, but now they're getting involved here. First Super Chat of the day from Robert on Chiefs. I don't care if you're a Chiefs fan or if you're a Seahawks fan. Everybody show Robert some love for being the first Super Chat of the day from the Chiefs Report. Spam Robert. Show Robert some love in the chat. That's going to be a beer cheers. Cheers to Robert. Robert writes, go Chiefs. And left tackle as I care about today. Who is left? Cam Robinson is the name to watch. No Ronnie Stanley. He's going back to Baltimore. But Cam Robinson is the name I would keep an eye on if they're going to spend significant money. I could see them going cheap, like a Trent Brown or bringing back DJ Humphries. But if they're going to spend, Cam Robinson is the name to watch, Robert. Everybody show Robert some love, whether you're on Chiefs, whether you're on Seahawks, for being the first Chiefs Super Chatter of the day. Another Chiefs Super Chatter. This one comes from the Fantasy Plumber in Canada, the 51st state, checking in. That's going to be a shot. Even if it's Canadian currency, we will still take the 10 and do a shot for you. Fantasy Plumber says, I would like the Chiefs to move down from 31 and feast on D-line depth. I also want an early day 3 pick used on Tyler Schaaf to lock in our backup quarterback situation cheap. I wouldn't worry so much about the backup quarterback situation in Seattle or in Kansas City, because I think there's going to be a lot of quality backups for a reasonable price that would gladly be in Andy Reid's system. I wouldn't sweat on drafting a quarterback like Tyler Schaaf. Defensive line, you could use some depth, especially if they lose Charles Omenihu today, which is certainly possible. But I think you need to address offensive line and receiver if you're Kansas City there. And I don't hate the idea of trading down and getting some multiple picks out of it, but that's what I would do first. But Fantasy Plumber, cheers to you with the $10 Super Chat from Canada and getting things going on Chiefs. And now we got a battle on our hands between Chiefs Report and Seahawks State. Cheers to you. Chris with a $2 Super Chat over on Seahawks. Chris, thanks for the $2 Super Chat. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. And then he followed it up with a $10 Super Chat, which is going to be a shot. We'll pull up Chris's $10 Super Chat here. He said, what do you think about Russell Wilson? You know, they said for a long time, Russ, let him cook. And the reality is Russ is cooked. Now, silver lining is Russ doesn't cost so much, and he wouldn't have to deal with Pete Carroll anymore. The two have been separated from each other. So you could do a lot worse than Russ. He can't be a long-term answer for you. But I would be very, very surprised if Russ ended up back in Seattle at this point in time. Now, there's been crazier things that have happened before, but I would be surprised if that's the case. That's another shot. Man, it's still early everywhere. I don't care if you're in the Central Time Zone or the Pacific Time Zone, and we're already getting turned. Here's another shot. Chris, cheers to you. Go Hawks. All right. Chiefs fans, Seahawks fans, I have deals for you, my friends. Let's start with Chiefs Kingdom here. I got some polos on sale now for up to 50% off at chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos. Got all sorts of variety to choose from. You can see this red one. We got a gray one. Up to 50% off while supplies last. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos to get yours today. And plenty of Chiefs merchandise for your liking at that link as well. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos to get yours today. Also, Seahawks fans, I got hoodies for you. They are also up to 50% off at chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies. And we got quite the variety of different hoodies to select from, and they are on sale for a limited time. You can also check out our other Seahawks merchandise as well. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodie to get yours today. Link is in the chat, also the comments and description of today's video. Check it out today. We continue free agency frenzy live coverage. We're about 30 minutes away from free agency officially opening. Let's go to this super chat from Danny, who checks in on the Seahawks channel. He writes, will Seattle draft a wide receiver early? Cheers. Danny, yes. I don't think you have a choice. I think you have to. Right now, your number 2 receiver is Jake Bobo. I like Jake Bobo, but no way in hell is he a number 2 receiver in this league. Yes, they will spend an early pick on the wide receiver position. They have to. They have no choice. Thank you, Danny, for that. Brendan with a $5 super chat. That's a beer cheers from Brendan. Cheers. Hello from Florida. And go Hawks. Which wide receiver will they grab in free agency? That's a good question. I would keep an eye, and it's funny enough, there's a few names here. Amari Cooper is a big name. Cooper Kupp is a big name. And I'll give you a Chiefs name, too. How about DeAndre Hopkins? I think that they'll go with a big-name veteran to be that number 2 next to JSN, potentially. One of those types, I think, has got a possibility to end up in Seattle when it's all said and done. I got some more Super Chats on Chiefs to catch up on. And then let's go to the tracker after that. Show people where we're at. Stoney with a $5 Super Chat. That's a beer cheers to Stoney. Let's get stoned. Cheers to Stoney. Thanks for that. Then Ronald with a $2 Super Chat. And he's a first-time Super Chatter. Ronald, welcome to the show. If you're watching on Seahawks today, if you're watching on the Chiefs Report, if you're a first-time Super Chatter to either channel, we are going to give you a chant for whatever channel you're contributing, and we'll show you some love here. So I want everybody on both channels to spam Ronald in the chat. Show him some love for being a first-time Super Chatter. It all goes to the same place. It all goes back to Chat Sports. It doesn't go to me. It goes to the company. The money that we make today helps create more jobs so we can hire more people. We can bring you more content and do these type of shows you're seeing here. So everybody spam Ronald. For Ronald, Kansas City. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Thank you, Ronald. Thanks for sending in that Super Chat and being a first-time Super Chatter as we continue. We are under a half hour away from the official start of NFL free agency. Let's roll through the tracker of things going on across the National Football League with free agency frenzy so far. A couple franchise tags. Trey Smith gets the franchise tag from the Chiefs, 1 year, $23.4 million. T. Higgins gets the franchise tag from the Bengals, 1 year, $26.1 million. Khalil Shakir gets a 4-year, $53 million extension from the Buffalo Bills. Jackson gets a 3-year, $57 million deal from the LA Rams. Deebo Samuel traded to the Commies from the San Francisco 49ers for a 2025 fifth-round pick. Isaiah McDuffie gets a 2-year, $8 million extension with Green Bay. Meanwhile, Dallas, they give Turpin, former XFL star, a 1-year, $5.3 million deal. Osa O gets a 4-year, $80 million extension from Dallas as well. Jonah Jackson headed to the Chicago Bears for a 2025 sixth-round pick. Saquon Barkley gets a massive deal from the Philadelphia Eagles, 2 years, $41.2 million. C.J. Goodwin gets a 1-year, $1.42 million deal from Dallas. Brandon McManus gets a 3-year, $15 million deal from Green Bay. Joe Toney traded to the Chicago Bears from the Kansas City Chiefs for a 2026 fourth-round pick. Darrow gets a 1-year, $2 million deal from Houston. Alex Kappa gets a 2-year, $11 million deal from Las Vegas. Max Crosby, there was talks about him potentially being traded. Instead, he stays in Vegas, gets a massive extension, 3 years, $106.5 million. Zach Bond gets a 3-year, $51 million deal from Philadelphia. Tutu Atwell with a 1-year, $10 million deal, fully guaranteed to remain in Los Angeles. Theo Jackson gets a 2-year, $12.615 million deal to remain in Minnesota. Zane Gonzalez with a 1-year, $1.17 million deal with Washington. Josh Jobe, he's staying in Seattle with the Seahawks on a 1-year, $2 million deal after having an impressive showing after spending the majority of his career on the practice squad. Christian Kirk headed to Houston for a 2026 7th-round pick from the Jags. He was thought to be released. Instead, the Jags get a trade. How about this, Seahawks fans? Our old friend, Bobby Wagner. He is returning to the Commies on a 1-year deal up to $9.5 million with $8 million guaranteed. Terrell Bernard staying with Buffalo on a 4-year, $50 million deal, $25 million guaranteed. Derek Barnes going to Detroit on a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. Tanner Hudson on a 1-year deal with Cincinnati. Joey Blunt with a 2-year, $3.75 million deal with Arizona. Anthony Pittman, 1-year deal with Detroit. Levante David, he is staying in Tampa Bay on a 1-year, $10 million deal, $9 million guaranteed. Zeke Turner on a 1-year deal. Geno Smith traded from the Seattle Seahawks to the Las Vegas Raiders for a 2025 third-round pick, number 92 overall. Greg Russo staying in Buffalo on a massive extension, 4 years, $80 million with $54 million guaranteed. Mike Gesicki is going to be in Cincinnati on a 3-year, $25.5 million deal. Tommy DeVito, everyone's favorite Italian quarterback and mobster, he is staying in New York on a 1-year deal. Hollywood Brown, Hollywood, is returning to Kansas City on a 1-year deal worth $11 million. Marcus Davenport gets a 1-year deal for $4.75 in Detroit. Meanwhile, the Giants, with a couple more moves, Jamie Gillen, the punter, gets 3 years, $12.2 million, $4 million guaranteed. Center Austin Corbett with a 1-year, $3 million deal with Carolina. Ronnie Stanley, I know Chiefs fans were hoping for Ronnie Stanley. He is staying put in Baltimore on a 3-year, $60 million deal, $44 million guaranteed. Chris Manhertz, tight end with the Giants, gets a 1-year deal. Tommy Tremble, the tight end with Carolina, gets a 2-year, up to $16 million deal, $8 million guaranteed. Zach Ertz staying in Washington on a 1-year, $6.25 million deal. Baron Browning with the Cardinals gets 2 years, $15 million. How about Myles Garrett? Prior to the Super Bowl, he put in a trade request, and the Browns said, we're not trading him. It's not happening. And they got a deal done for 4 years, $160 million with $123 million guaranteed. Jaron Reid returning to Seattle on a 3-year, $25 million deal. Nick Bolton, one of the biggest priorities of Kansas City's free agency, they keep him on a 3-year, $45 million deal, $30 million guaranteed. And Dante Pettis with a 1-year deal with New Orleans. Aaron Jones is back in Minnesota on a 2-year, $20 million deal with $13 million guaranteed. Cody Ford, 2 years, $6 million in Cincinnati. Ernest Jones, the fourth. Could have gotten probably more money had he hit the market. Instead, settles for a 3-year, $33 million deal. Seattle's thrilled about that. $15 million guaranteed. Devontae Adams is headed to the NFC West. He'll get to pair up with Matthew Stafford and company on a 2-year, $46 million deal, $26 million guaranteed. Jamie Sherwood, very good linebacker with the New York Jets. He gets a 3-year, $45 million deal, $30 million guaranteed. Harold Landry III back in New England on a 3-year, $43.5 million deal, $26 million guaranteed. Marquise Bell, the safety, gets a 3-year, $9 million deal with Dallas. Austin Hooper back in New England, 1 year, $5 million. Mitchell Frabroni, the long snapper, gets a 3-year, $4.175 million deal with Denver. Jarrett Stidham back in Denver as well, 2 years, $12 million. Josh Allen, he got paid big money. 6 years, $330 million with $250 million of that guaranteed. DK Metcalf traded for the Seattle Seahawks to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 2025 second-round pick. Jake Matthews with a 2-year, $45 million extension with Atlanta. Adam Butler, defensive tackle with the Raiders, gets 3 years, $16.5 with $11.5 guaranteed. John Bates at tight end gets a 3-year deal. Ryan Wright, the punter with Minnesota, gets 1 year, $1.75 million. DJ Jones, 3 years, $39 million with Denver. Sheldon Rankins, 1 year, up to $7 million, the defensive tackle with Houston. Davin Godchaux goes to the New Orleans Saints in a trade for a 2026 seventh-round pick from New England. My guy Tress Way, I love me some Tress Way, former Oklahoma punter. When I was in high school, quick story about Tress Way. When I was in high school in Oklahoma at Broken Arrow, Tress Way, it was between gigs, between getting on an NFL roster and his time in college at OU. He was trying to get tryouts and all that. He helped out my local FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and was an awesome guy. So I'll always have a special place in my heart for Tress Way. I'll always be rooting on that guy. He goes to Washington 1 year, $2.87 million. Morgan Cox, long snapper with Tennessee, gets 1 year, $1.42. J.C. Horn, 4 years, $100 million from Carolina? Goodness gracious. $70 million guaranteed. Jaylen Warren is back in Pittsburgh. I like him better than I do Najee Harris. He should be their RB1 in Pittsburgh. He gets 1 year, $5.346 million. Khalil Mack on a 1 year, $18 million deal, fully guaranteed, back in Los Angeles with the Chargers. And then last but not least, Ben Bredeson. Oh, I got one more after this. Guard with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3 years, $22 million, $22.5 million guaranteed. And then Evan Brown, former Seahawk, is re-signing with Arizona, 2 years, $11.5 million. All right. That was a lot. That was a lot, but we caught you up to speed on everything going on in free agency. And this thing technically hasn't started just yet. We're 18 minutes away from this thing getting going here. All right. Let's ask you this question. This is relevant for both Seahawks and Chiefs fans both, as we're live on Seahawks Today and the Chiefs Report right now. I want to know, who is your team's greatest free agent signing of all time? I don't want to hear about draft picks. I don't want to hear about players that got extended. No. It's got to be an outside free agent. Who is your team's greatest free agent signing of all time? Give me a name that comes to mind. Seahawks fans, Chiefs fans, I'll shout you guys out in the chat, but I'm very curious, who is, in your opinion, your team's greatest free agent signing of all time? Now, I'm of the belief that you build your team through the draft, but you need to get free agents to kind of fill some spots, plug some holes of sorts. Pause. Who is the greatest free agent signing? Mike, Beast Mode was not a free agent signing. He was traded from Buffalo. Try again. Try again, Mike. That was not a free agent signing. Grant, not a free agent signing. That was a trade from Buffalo. Stop saying Marshawn Lynch. That was a trade. Incorrect. Incorrect. Try again. There we go. Israel says Chad Brown. Thriller says Warren Moon. Slime says Bennett. Stop saying Marshawn Lynch. It was not a free agent signing. That was a trade, geniuses. Stop. Stop saying that. Stop saying that, folks. You're wrong. It was not a free agent signing. That was a trade. Come on now. I thought you all knew Paul. I'm embarrassed. There we go. Will says Cliff. Grant says Cliff. Mike says Brandon Browner. Tyler, stop saying that. It is not Marshawn Lynch. He was a trade. Come on now. I thought you guys knew ball better than that. I'm seeing Michael Bennett, Warren Moon. Okay, how about over in Chiefs? Greatest free agent signing. Tony, how dare you say Kadarius Toney? Not to mention that was a trade. But how disgusting. Kadarius Toney, he is on my hit list. Of my least favorite Chiefs of all time, he is right up there with Dan Sorensen. I hate those guys both with a passion. How dare you say Kadarius Toney? It wasn't even a free agent signing. David says Priest Holmes. Paul says Lynn Dawson. Who was the greatest free agent signing? David says Tyrann Mathieu. Okay. Robert says Priest Holmes. I think the consensus over on Chiefs is Priest Holmes. That seems to be the answer. Who's the greatest free agent signing? James says Jadeveon Clowney? I don't know about that, Chief. Nicholas is trying to stay Stephon Diggs to the Seahawks. That would be something if that happens. Let's see. What's our answers here? Dalton says Julian Love. Brian says Doug Baldwin. Who else we got on Chiefs? Ethan says Joe Tooney. There we go. Willie Rofe says Keith. Lenny, according to Ronald. Okay, so we got some answers there. Let's do a like driver, and then we'll catch up on some super chats. Zach, stop saying Marshawn Lynch. He was a trade. How many times have I had to educate you all? That was not a free agent signing. That was a trade. I thought y'all knew ball better than that. My goodness. We are at 146 likes on Seahawks right now. We're at 60 likes on Chiefs. We are battling all day long between our Seahawks channel and our Chiefs channel to see who can get the most likes today. Seahawks, let's get to 200 right now. Chiefs, let's get to 100 right now. Like the video. If you're enjoying our free live coverage of NFL free agency, like the video, my friends. Smash that like button. And when you do, type me in the chat. And whoever gets to their next 100 first, whether it's 100 on Chiefs or 200 on Seahawks, I will do a beer cheers in your team's honor. Like the video. Like the video. We're at 172 now on Seahawks. We're at 61 on Chiefs. Type me in the chat when you hit the like button. I see Paul liked the video. Tony liked it. David Buck liked it. Ronald liked it. Who liked the video on Seahawks? Type me in the chat when you like the video and let me know. We're at 181 on Seahawks now. Big Dog liked it. Nate liked it. I see Robert liked it. Ethan liked it. Guillermo liked it. We're at 65 now on Chiefs. We're at 191 on Seahawks. I need 9 more to get to 200 on Seahawks. Is Seahawks just going to run circles around Chiefs today? That's what it's looking like right now. That's what it's looking like. Billy says Marshawn liked the video. Dale liked it. Preston liked it. We're at 193 on Seahawks. We're at 66 on Chiefs. David liked it. Richard liked it. Tony liked it. There we go. 200. Very good. Very good. So Seahawks wins the like challenge again. Running circles around the Chiefs' kingdom today. The 12s are kicking the kingdom's ass right now. I mean, it is quite impressive what we're seeing from the 12s today, just owning the Chiefs' kingdom. To the 12s. Go Hawks. Cheers to you. Woo! All right. 11 minutes away from free agency officially getting started. Let's go to the Super Chat menu. An ongoing battle today between Seahawks today and the Chiefs report. Right now, we're at $50.95 on Seahawks. We're at $19.84 on Chiefs. So the Seahawks are winning the Super Chat battle by quite a bit right now. But Chiefs Kingdom, there's still plenty of time for you to catch up and let your voice be heard. First-time Super Chatters, I'll chant your team, whatever channel you're on. $5 will do a beer cheers. $10 we'll do some shots. $20 get bean boozled. $50 we will do a beer bong. And our MVPs today, by the way, let's show you what we're giving out. All right? I haven't even gotten to this yet. Let's start with Seahawks. Our MVP. Give me 1 second here. That's the MVP. Yep. So for whoever is the MVP for free agency this week, whoever sends in the most amount of money, you are going to get this Seahawks mini helmet. Whoever sends the most in Super Chats beginning right now on Seahawks, you're going to be our MVP, and you are getting this Seahawks helmet. It will be yours on Seahawks Today if you send in the most in Super Chats on that front. Let's get to the next Seahawks item here. We also have a bang competition. And a bang around here is if you send a $50 Super Chat. For every $50 Super Chat, that's a bang. Whoever bangs with us the most on Seahawks, you are getting this lovely Seahawks canvas. It could be yours. It'll look great in your living room. It'll look great in your man cave, whatever it may be. That could be yours if you send in the most bangs for the month of March. We'll give that away at the end of the month. Meanwhile, on Chiefs, here's what we're giving away. If you are the MVP on the Chiefs report and send in the most money on Chiefs, this Chiefs fan cave sign could be yours. You will get the chance to take this home if you send in the most in Super Chats for free agency this week, as we're live on Chiefs Report today and tomorrow. Meanwhile, the bang winner on Chiefs, whoever bangs the most, which is a $50 Super Chat for a bang, you are going to get this lovely In My Kansas City Era t-shirt in your size if you bang the most with $50 Super Chats. So those are the prizes today. Let's see who's going to walk home with our free agency giveaways that we're doing here. $50, that's a bang, and whoever bangs the most is walking away with our prizes. Seth, he wants the Seahawks chant. He's not a first-time Super Chatter, but you know what? We will give Seth the Seahawks chant anyway. Big Tex is going to rejoin me, and let's get this chant going. Let's let him hear it for Seth. We normally do this just for first-time Super Chatters, but since you asked so kindly, Seth, we'll give you the chant. Tex, let's get this for Seth. For Seth!
See!
Hawks!
See!
Hawks!
See!
Hawks! Let's go, Seth! Let's go, Seth. There you go. There you go. We're going to have to retire the DK song on Seahawks. I've heard that Steelers Talk wants to take the DK song. They can have it, by all means. They can have it. They've already adjusted, put Mike Tomlin in there instead of Mike Mack. They're going to have the DK song. The updated DK song for me, it ends like this. DK, we traded him away. He sucks. That's the updated version of the DK song. FDK. It's FDK. It is FDK from this point going forward from here. All right, there's the Super Chat menu. I believe, are we caught up on Super Chats now? I think we are. Super Chat battle. Seahawks today is at $50.95. Chiefs report is at $19.84 in this battle today. When we drink, we score. When we drink, we sign. That is the theme today. There's the updated Super Chat battle numbers. $50.95. Chiefs at $19.84 in the Super Chat battle as we continue between our two channels today. A couple more Super Chats coming in on Seahawks. Dominic, are we doing this again? I thought I educated you already. Marshawn Lynch was not a free agent signing. He was not a free agent signing. He was a trade. Come on. I thought we had more ball knowers than that. He was a trade, Dominic. Thanks for the Super Chat, but that was a trade. It wasn't a free agent signing. Thanks for the Super Chat, though. Michael, are you sold on Sam? I wouldn't say I'm necessarily sold. He had one good year. I want to see more. It's a big risk. I mean, think about the Denver Broncos. Paid all that money to the Houston Texans. Paid all that money to Brock Osweiler. Now I think he's a lot better than Brock Osweiler. But they regretted that big time. So I like Sam Darnold. Oh, he was. We'll give him the chant here, being a first-time Super Chatter. Michael, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily sold, but he might be the best that Seattle can do at this point in time, and that's the situation you're dealing with. Michael, nice dog there. What kind of dog you got? What's your dog's name? Show some love for your dog in the chat. Michael. Let's give the chant for Michael.
C!
Hogs!
C!
Hogs!
C!
Hogs! Let's go, Michael! Spam Michael for being a first-time Super Chatter. Whether you're watching on Seahawks Today or you're watching the Chiefs Report, it all goes to the same place. Michael, thanks for sending in the Super Chat. Much love to you. Salute. Thanks for sending in that first-time Super Chatter and getting in on today's program. And then we got Dan the Man Miller on Seahawks here. I like it that, so let me have a background story before I read the message here. So there has been a guy that pops up from time to time. Maybe he'll show up here. That put his username as Dan the Man. And I said, from the moment I saw him, I said, there's only one Dan the Man. That's Dan the Man Miller. I've been calling him Dan the Man since he showed up here. And now Dan the Man Miller, the real Dan the Man, has taken matters into his own hands, and he has put it in his username, where it now says Dan the Man Miller. So now we're all on the same page. There is only one true Dan the Man Miller, and that is the Werewolf Man himself. He sent a $20 Super Chat, so it's time to get Bean Boozled again. We'll do that here in a second. It's now official. I'm the only one and only Dan the Man Miller. LOL. Yes, indeed. I think the best way to handle quarterback is to get a vet on a one-year deal and draft a quarterback next year where the class is much better. And let's go Nasty Jelly Bean. Here we go. He loves to torture me with these. I respect it. I'm going with a brown one. All right? Let's see what the brown one is going to be. So it is either liver and onions or cappuccino. What's it going to be, folks? Get your predictions in. Will it be liver and onions or will it be cappuccino? One bite, everyone knows the rules. Let's find out together. Oh, it's liver and onions. That's bad. Liver and onions? Oh. Why? Why would anyone eat this? That's terrible. That's terrible. At least it's not spicy. I'm not getting killed by it. I don't even want to swallow it. Ugh. That was bad. That was bad. Dan, you win. You're 1-0 today on the Jelly Beans. I won last night, but Dan gets me on the first one tonight. $20. Thank you, Dan the Man Miller. Salute to you. Let's see here. Let's do one more from Seahawks. Let's go to Landon, and then we'll circle back to Chiefs Super Chats here. Dan, you win. You're 1-0. Let's keep the tally today and see who comes out on top in this the Bean Boozled. Landon with a $2 Super Chat, and I believe he's a first-time Super Chatter. Says Cam Chancellor, lookalike out of South Carolina, round one. Iman Warriors, who you're referring to? Yeah, he's got some comparisons. I've also seen Kyle Hamilton as a comparison as well. I like him, although Seattle has other needs to address than safety. I think you're in a pretty good spot at safety with Julian Love and Kobe Bryant there. But nonetheless, first-time Super Chatter for Landon. Tex, give him the chant.
C!
Hogs!
C!
Hogs!
C!
Hogs! Let's go, Landon. Spam Landon. Spam Landon. Appreciate Landon for joining us and being a first-time Super Chatter. Let's pause in Super Chats for a moment. We're coming up on the top of the hour. Let's kind of reset things for a moment, and then we'll catch up on Super Chats here in just a bit as the top of the hour is almost here. Free agency about to get underway here as we continue. Clock ticking down. The final seconds. I believe we're about 20 seconds away. We'll count them down here. Everybody count with me in just a moment. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In the words of Heath Ledger as the Joker, and here we go. Welcome to Chat Sports' live coverage of NFL free agency frenzy day number one. As moves will be made, who will end up where, We will cover it all here as we are live on Seattle Seahawks Today, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs Report. We are going to focus primarily on what's happening in Seattle and in Kansas City. We will also whip around with all the signings across the National Football League as well. Appreciate you joining us. We got battles going on between both Seahawks Today and the Kansas City Chiefs Report when it comes to the chat, when it comes to likes, also super chat battles. We're going to have a fun time today as we bring you this live free agency coverage both on Seahawks Today and the Chiefs Report. My name is Tyler Jones. Appreciate you joining us here on today's show. Let's continue catching up on super chats. Let's go back to the Chiefs Report as we have a couple super chats. Let's start with the Fantasy Plumber, and then we got Ronald as well. He's throwing some shade over to the Seahawks fans. He says, Seahawks are starting Sam Howell. Like the battle they are winning. Drink. Oh, no. Seattle is not starting Sam Howell. How dare you? How dare you? They are not starting Sam Howell. We are not doing that. Boo! Boo! Seahawks fans type boo. Thank you, Fantasy Plumber, for the super chat. But they are not starting Sam Howell. Please do not start Sam Howell. Cheers to you. And then we got Ronald. He was a first-time super chatter earlier. And then he sent in a $2 super chat as well. And then a $5 super chat. There's Ronald. Ronald, salute to you. Cheers. Thanks for sending that super chat. And welcome to today's show. That's a beer cheers for you. Let's go to Nicholas now. Nicholas with a $10 super chat says, how much do I got to send in for you and Tex to do a beer bong race? Well, beer bongs are $50. So $100, and we could do a beer bong race. Tex, you down for that?
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
All right. Beer bong race between me and Tex. Whoever sends in $100, we will do a beer bong race between the two of us. I have never raced Tex in a beer bong race, but we can make it happen if we get a $100 super chat. Nicholas, cheers to you. Yeah. Let's do that. Here we go, folks. Let's tell you about some deals we got on. Chiefs fans, I got polos available for up to 50% off. All sorts of different polos to choose from. 50% off, chatsports.com/Chiefs polos to get yours today. We have these on your screen. We have plenty more variety as well to choose from, as well as other Chiefs merchandise. Chatsports.com/Chiefs polos to get yours today. Seahawks fans, I got hoodies for you on sale for up to 50% off at chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies. Got these as well as plenty of others, as well as other Seahawks merchandise. Go to chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies to get yours. I'll link going in the chat right now. And check it out today, chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies to get yours now. All right. Lou with a $5 super chat checking in. Lou on Seahawks. He writes in, Seahawks got to go get some O-line help. Maybe Mekhi Becton or Dalman. Hey, maybe so. Maybe so, Lou. I would not hate that. I would not hate that, Lou. Cheers to you. All right. There we go. I believe we are caught up on super chats. Let's spam the chat. Been a minute since we've spammed the chat here. I got 328 people watching on Seahawks. I got 76 people watching on Chiefs. A little slow start on Chiefs, to be honest. Good start on Seahawks. Let's do a little battle here. Who between these two channels is going to spam their team the fastest? If you're a Seahawks fan, I want you to spam S. If you're a Chiefs fan, I want you to spam C. I'm going to put a minute on the clock, and let's see who's going to win this battle. So far, the 12s have been kicking the Kingdom's ass today. It hasn't even been close. So far, the 12s are undefeated in every battle we've done so far today. Can they keep it up? Spam S in the chat for Seahawks. Spam C for Chiefs. Let's see who's going to get the most over this next minute. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Who is going to get the most? Who is going to get the most? S for Seahawks, C for Chiefs. Who's going to get the most between the two? It is a race between the two channels. I threw some S's in Seahawks. I threw some C's in Chiefs to help both of them out. Now let's see. We got about 30 seconds to go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Spam S for Seahawks. Spam C for Chiefs. Keep going. Keep going. About 10 seconds left. Keep spamming S for Seahawks. Keep spamming C for Chiefs. Who's going to win the chat rate battle? 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's see what the numbers are. I can tell you both channels hit a new high. That's a very good thing. That's a very good thing. The number on Seahawks is 376. The number on Chiefs is 210. Seahawks wins again. The 12s have not lost to the Kingdom. The 12s are undefeated today. They are kicking the Kingdom's ass. Chiefs Kingdom, you really going to let that happen? Are you going to let that happen? They have owned you today. Oh! We have a Chief signing. We have our first signing, folks. Jaylon Moore to the Kansas City Chiefs on a 2-year deal. And it was, because Twitter's down, I found out through Threads. That's what we've come to, folks. We're having to use Threads to get breaking news. This is a terrible day for Twitter to be down, by the way. Absolutely terrible day for this to happen. Jaylon Moore to Kansas City. The Chiefs have found their left tackle. Jaylon Moore on a 2-year deal. Coming over from the San Francisco 49ers. 2021 fifth-round pick out of Western Michigan. Let's see. He doesn't have a ton of experience. 47 games played, 7 career starts. He played in 15 games this past year with 5 starts for San Francisco. Still waiting on details here. Jaylon Moore headed to Kansas City. Breaking news coming in just now. We have our first signing for the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you don't have Twitter, if X is not working for you, that's where we're here to tell you what's going on. Tell me this, Tex. If I send you this thread, can we make that a social graphic? Let me send this to you. This is what we've come to, folks. We're having to make threads as social graphics. Here it is. Breaking news. The Kansas City Chiefs are signing Jaylon Moore. 2-year deal. $30 million. 21.24 guaranteed with the Kansas City Chiefs. Their first signing of the day. Jaylon Moore heading to KC. And with that type of money, the Chiefs have found their next starting offensive lineman. Let's put him as a tackle. He'll be Kansas City starting left tackle. He won't play guard. 2 years, $30 million. Grade the signing. Chiefs bring in Jaylon Moore. We're going to react to it here in just a bit. He played very well in place of Trent Williams last year when he was banged up. He is a tackle, not a guard. We're going to adjust that on screen here in just a bit. But breaking news, Kansas City going with Jaylon Moore, 2 years, $30 million. Let me go over some of his PFF grades here for you. 74.9 overall grade, 73.1 pass blocking grade, 70.1 run blocking grade, 271 snaps, no penalties, 1 sack allowed last season for Jaylon Moore with the San Francisco 49ers. And the Chiefs have found their new starting left tackle. Joe Thuney gone. The left tackle position was a revolving door for Kansas City last year. Grade the signing A, B, C, D, or F. I see Tony saying B, Ethan saying B, Michael says C+, Harrison saying B, Jason saying B, Guillermo saying B. Get your grades in. What do you think of this signing by Kansas City? PJ saying A, Hawk saying C, Tyler says F because Seattle should have signed him. What do we think? Get your grades in. A, B, C, D, or F. Jaylon Moore to Kansas City on a 2-year, $30 million deal. In a moment, we're going to do a reaction cut that will go on our Chiefs channel. And I'm going to make a YouTube short right now as well. So you guys will get to see me do this in real time. React to this news. And you're going to get to see kind of the behind the scenes. I'll make this short, and then it'll be on our Chiefs channel here in just a bit. So you guys get to see how kind of the sauce is made of this deal. Jaylon Moore, 2 years, $30 million. Let's give you the YouTube short reaction. You guys get to see me do this in real time. Here we go, folks. 3, 2, and 1. The Kansas City Chiefs have found their new starting left tackle as they have signed Jaylon Moore, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers, to a 2-year, $30 million deal. And you look at Jaylon Moore, although he has limited experience, hasn't started a ton of games, he did a really good job last year when he filled in for Trent Williams at that left tackle position. His grades from PFF were fantastic. A 74.9 overall grade, a 73.1 pass blocking grade, and a 70.0 run blocking grade. Only allowed 1 penalty, did not have any penalties. I got to try that again. Folks. One more time. See, that's what happens. That's what happens when you see stuff in real time. Take two, folks. Try again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Breaking news. The Kansas City Chiefs have their first free agency signing as they have added. See, I lost my train of thought. One more time, folks. See, you're seeing how that sauce is made. One more time. Here we go. Breaking news. The Kansas City Chiefs have made their first free agency signing as they have added Jaylon Moore, offensive tackle, formerly of the San Francisco 49ers. He also has experience playing the guard position as well. Jaylon Moore gets a 2-year, $30 million deal with $21.24 million guaranteed. Although he doesn't have a ton of experience, he was very good filling in for Trent Williams last year as he had an overall grade of 74.9, a pass block grade of 73.1, and a run blocking grade of 70.0. Did not get called for a single penalty and only allowed 1 sack. A really good move by Brett Veach and company to get the help they were looking for. We'll have more on the channel coming up in just a few moments. Stay tuned for that. All right. There it is. Now, folks, you've seen how the sauce is made of a YouTube short. And I am editing this in real time, and we will get it on the channel as we speak. And we'll do our full-on YouTube reaction short here in just a bit. Yeah, we'll do a full cut. I'm getting the short out right now. And then we'll do the full cut. Reacting to the news. I see Dan the Man Miller with a big super chat. Yeah. Let's go Dan the Man Miller. And he wants to see the boot race happen. We can give him the boot race. Here we go, folks. Yeah, we'll do the cut first. Because we got to get this breaking news out there. And then, here we go, folks. Dan the Man Miller with a $100 super chat. Bang! Dan. He says, let's get the beer bong race when Seattle makes its first move. Who do you think it will be, quarterback or offensive line? I think offensive line, more than likely. I think that Sam Darnold and Aaron Rodgers, who appear to be their top two choices, are talking to a number of teams, and so I don't expect that to move quickly. But things could change. You never know. But I think offensive line will probably get taken care of first. Yes. No, you'll have to make it. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, it's just on Wikipedia, but I got it. Go ahead and put that back on screen, Dan. Well, let's do this because we got to get this cut for Chiefs and Jaylon Moore. We'll do this cut, and then we will do the beer bong race for you, Dan. So let's make that happen. The contract terms. Put that up again. 2 years, $30 million. 2 years, $30 million. 21.24 million. Oh, wait, here we go, folks. Perfect. 21.24 million guaranteed. Yes. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right. Grade the signing, A, B, C, D, or F, by the Kansas City Chiefs. We got so much going on, folks. We're going to get this reaction cut out here in just a bit. And then when we get done with that, we will do the beer bong race between me and Big Tex. The first ever battle between the two of us. Just enter down Trent. Okay. Yeah. After, let's do it after. Let's see. Twitter is back working, says Ray. Thank goodness. Thank goodness Twitter is back working again. I badly need Twitter today. I think we all do. Let's see here. Okay. All right, folks. Bear with us. We got a lot of moving parts and pieces here. That looks great. Except the question mark. Yep. Okay. Here we go, folks. Dan says he gives it an F because the Seahawks should have signed him. At the very beginning, yeah. Yeah. Chiefs fans, how would you grade the signing? Aoki says C. Why would you give it a C? This guy did a pretty good job. I thought he did a pretty good job. Why would you give it a C? Paul says A. Tony says B. This Wi-Fi situation in the office is just brutal. I'm going A. Okay. Paul says A. Tony says B. Bert says B+. Get your grades in. Let us know. What your grade is to this signing. Okay. I am getting the short out now, and we will do the instant reaction cut here in just a moment. So stay tuned for that, folks, as we continue our live coverage here on the Chiefs Report. Seahawks today, first signing of the day, Jaylon Moore, offensive tackle, headed to the Kansas City Chiefs. 2-year, $30 million deal, $21.24 guaranteed. Some more numbers in case you're just joining us as this news comes in. Overall grade 74.9, pass block grade 73.1, run block grade is 70.1. No penalties called, just 1 sack allowed off of 271 snaps last season. Yep, perfect. All right, I'm getting the short out right now. We do not. Ask in the chat. Tell them that we're just about ready. It looks like Jack is. Based on the message that just came in. Yeah, it looks like that is Jack who will get the highlight cut. This internet situation in the office is just terrible today. Folks, we have the most Wi-Fi of like any building in the state, and yet our internet is just ass around here. It's ridiculous. It's terrible. Yeah. Can anyone relate to me out there of having bad internet? Such a pain in the ass. All right. Yeah, we'll play the intro video. All right. Come on, Twitter. Come on, X. Why do you have to be this way? Tony knows about the feeling. Yeah. I have people that can relate to bad internet issues. Yeah. All right. Come on now, internet. Come on. Help me out here. I'm waiting on this short to go out. Text while I'm waiting on this stuff to upload. Let's go over some super chats. Kind of lead us while I work on this. Kind of lead us on these super chats here. Let's see. Yeah, folks. Bear with us. Try to multitask here. Oh, another signing for the Chiefs. They just signed Elijah Moore. So we'll make that a combo video. Another Niner. The Chiefs have signed Elijah Moore as well at the running back position. Breaking news coming in just now. So 2 moves for the Chiefs. Yes. We'll hit them both off the top. At least we only have to do 1 cut out of it. Elijah Moore is headed to the Kansas City Chiefs. Another Niner. So the Chiefs are taking all the Niners players, it seems. Elijah Moore. Elijah, come forth. They needed help at running back. I think this probably means now that Kareem Hunt is gone. Let's see here. Come on. Golly, this internet's killing me today. Come on, internet. This is not the day for our technology to cooperate. Not today. Okay. Shorts are being posted. Yay. And I'm going to have to do another one here in just a moment. Text.
Shout out Nicholas.
Nicholas with a $20 super chat. That's going to be Bean Boozled. Thanks, Dan the Man. This 20 is for Tex to do it on the big screen.
Okay.
Tex, come on forth, my
Alrighty,
friend.
man.
Choose your bean.
Yep.
Choose wisely.
Okay.
With great power comes great responsibility. What will it be? Everybody, pick Tex here. Here he is. What one did you go with? Let's see. The yellow. So that is going to be either rotten egg or buttered popcorn. Get your predictions in. What will it be for Big Tex? Oh, it's rotten egg. 0-2. Oh, no. That's a doom. Oh, did I say Elijah Moore? I meant Elijah Mitchell. Okay. That's why I confused some people. My apologies, folks. Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Mitchell is the signing. I'll send you this text.
Okay.
We will pair it up and do a combo here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Sam to get it in. There it is.
Elijah Mitchell, 1 year, $3.5 million. Elijah Mitchell, headed to Kansas City. So the Chiefs already active early, getting some help. Let's tell you about Elijah Mitchell here.
Yeah, how does that here, 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
How does that impact our L3s and weigh-ins for the script?
We just do more of those.
More of them?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to
Just
those for how you want them?
Yeah. Let's see.
I will get his player listicles real quick.
Okay. Bear with us, folks. We are getting this news, and we are going to get you reaction videos here in just a moment.
That's right. I got his list for Cat. I'll get his player card in a second.
Okay. Elijah Mitchell, 1 year, $3.5 million. The news coming in there. That pretty much means Kareem Hunt is done in Kansas City, which is fine with me. Kareem Hunt looked washed at the end of the season. It sounds like all of it is guaranteed as well. Elijah Mitchell. Let's see. 27 career games played. Oh, actually more than that. Let's see. He didn't play it all last year. 27 career games played, 12 starts. Okay. Let's see. Let me change the one word. I'll make it the one word for both.
Okay. I'm gonna try to
Let's go one word reaction to the signings.
Okay.
Okay.
Already got his stats.
And I'll change the one word. Okay.
We're getting a player card. So,
All right. Let's go, keep it generic. Grade the signings. Yeah, let's do grade the signings, and let's do one-word reaction to the signings.
Yep.
And just make it easy that way. Yep. Combo on both. Elijah Mitchell did not play last season. And this is a guy that when he was on the field last in 2023, had 75 carries, 281 yards, 3.7 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. 2023 had 6 catches, 14 yards. This signing is a little odd, I feel, to go with Elijah Mitchell here, because we haven't seen him a ton recently, and I don't know how much he has to offer necessarily, but maybe the Chiefs see something in him potentially. That one's a bit off. I really like not Dan Moore. Sorry.
There we go. Chiefs signings. We got that one.
I really like the Jaylon Moore signing. The Elijah Mitchell one's more of a head scratcher, it seems.
I'll fix the little thingies, but did those player notes work for you?
Yeah, that's fine. All right, let me get to the short on Elijah Mitchell. And this is going on the channel. You guys are going to see this here in just a bit. Elijah Mitchell. Let's tell you about the signing here to the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. We have another signing for the Kansas City Chiefs as they have added running back Elijah Mitchell, also from the San Francisco 49ers, on a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. We did not see Mitchell play in 2024, but we did see him play in 2023 when he rushed for 281 yards and 2 touchdowns, also had 6 catches for 14 yards receiving. His best season was his rookie campaign when he had nearly 1,000 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. My question about this signing is, what version does Kansas City think they're getting out of Elijah Mitchell? What does he have left to offer at this point in time? And what does this change for Kansas City? Are they going to bring in another running back in the draft, another in free agency? It's very interesting, this signing, to say the least. More on the channel coming up in just a bit. All right.
You still want to hit the social?
Yeah.
Cool. So we're thinking player cards to the weigh-in, and we'll go.
Yep.
The signings are an A instead of. Let's see.
Yep.
Custom L3s. All right. 1 sec.
All right.
Let's see these.
Here we go, folks.
Signings are.
So I'm getting these shorts up in real time.
These signings are an A. One word, Young. Is that still cool? The Young. Oh wait, you said one word, San Fran. Got it.
San Fran.
San Fran. That's right.
Invading the Niners territory with these signings.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do we have a other top players available option? I didn't think that was one of ours. What did you mean by that for the full screen? Other top players available?
Well, there should be a top players available list. If we don't have it, then don't put it up.
Okay.
I can just wing
I got
it. Okay. All right, folks. We'll do the reaction cut to these 2 signings here in just a moment. We continue our live coverage here at the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Seattle Seahawks today. 2 signings just coming in for the Kansas City Chiefs as they bring in Jaylon Moore, offensive tackle, on a 2-year, $30 million deal. They also signed Elijah Mitchell on a 1-year, $3.5 million deal, and get some help at the offensive tackle and the running back positions. Both players coming from the San Francisco 49ers with these moves that the Kansas City Chiefs have made. Kansas City finds a new starting left tackle, and now they get a running back to add to their arsenal with Isaiah Pacheco there. I still think there's a decent chance that Kansas City drafts another running back, maybe even signs another as well.
Is it this one that you were talking about, Beast Mode?
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it.
All right, let's roll.
All right, let me get this short out, and then we'll film these back to back.
Cool. You still want
folks,
to hit Matt Miller?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tex, kind of take over the chat for a moment while I get this short.
I got you. Let's get some shout-outs going.
Get some shout-outs going on
You guys
both.
want a shout-out from Big Tex? We're making the sauce behind the scenes here.
Spam S, Spam C. Put yourself full screen so I can get this out.
Gotcha.
Bear with us, folks. We're going to do the reaction cut here in just a moment.
That's right.
I got the beer bongs for Dan the Man Miller. We'll do the beer bong race coming up in just a bit as well. Plenty more ahead as we continue here on our live free agency frenzy coverage on both Seahawks Today and the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Appreciate you joining us as we continue here on this Monday. First day of free agency. 2 signings coming in. If you're a Seahawks fan, spam S in the chat. If you're a Chiefs fan, spam C in the chat. Let's do a battle and see who can spam it the most over this next minute. Tex, go ahead and put yourself full screen.
I got you. Give me a sec.
I'll be right back in a moment, folks. I'm going to get this short out.
Yep, I'm just getting a camera.
Tex is going to give some shout-outs. If you want a shout-out from Big Tex, go ahead and start spamming the chat. Get the S's going on Seahawks. Get the C's going on Chiefs. And let's see who can get the most over this next minute. Here we go, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they're off.
Let's go. Let's get it. What's up? Michael says big W for Big Tex. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. We're having a busy morning. But we're getting that content for you guys. We're about to start the cut here shortly. Just bear with us. Big Tex is here, though, to give you some love, some shout-outs. I see Michael in the chat. Tony says, sup, Tex? Who's got super Big Tex? What's up, Ethan? How's it going, man? How we doing today? We're just getting the sauce made behind the scenes, covering NFL free agency here. It is a wild, wild morning, but appreciate you all for sticking with us here. We're about to get into the cut. Let's see. Michael says, big W for Big Tex. Let's see. Mike says, speak for yourself. Lil Kane. Let's see. Nicholas saying C. Tony saying C. Richard saying C. Ethan saying C. Tony saying C. Caleb saying C. Ethan saying C. Harrison saying C. Ethan saying C. Caleb, Tony, Harrison, Ethan, Nicholas, Tony, Michael saying S. Mike, Raw, Hector, JSN, King, Daniel, JSN, Nicholas, Adam, Daniel, JSN, come RV with me, Michael, King, Mike, JSN, Nicholas, Daniel, come, Michael, King, JSN, Michael, Mike, King, Ethan, Nicholas, Ethan, Nicole, or Nicholas, Harrison, JSN, Ethan. Oh, my internet went out. Oh, come back. Come back. S from Kings, JSN, Allison, Daniel, Nicholas, Tony. Oh, my mic's kind of a little fuzzy for me. That's not ideal. That's okay, though. Let's see. Tony, Boskin, Daniel, Drasher, Nicholas. Let's see. King. Michael, Rusty, King, Sean, Tony, Guillermo, Nicholas. Can you buy me 30 seconds, Beast Mode?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Shorts are out.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all. Tex needs to run and use the
I'm
bathroom.
gonna piss down the side of my leg.
And then we will do the reaction cut here in just a bit. Appreciate y'all being here with us. Let's react to the news. Jaylon Moore and Elijah Mitchell, each signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll have our full thoughts and analysis coming up in just a bit. 1 year, $3.5 million for Mitchell in Kansas City. 2 years, $30 million for Jaylon Moore with the Kansas City Chiefs as well, each coming from the San Francisco 49ers. And that battle, by the way, who won between the Chiefs Report and Seahawks Today? 129 on Seahawks. And I see 81 on Chiefs. Another win for Seahawks Today. Seahawks Today wins again in the chat battle between our two respective channels. Appreciate y'all being here with us. And the win goes to Seahawks Today. Let's, Dan, I have not forgotten about you. Just been pretty busy, as you can imagine. By the way, on Seahawks, we're at $218 in Super Chats. We are just over 80 away from doing our first boot of the day. We got to get to 300 to do a boot. But we have a beer bong race coming up after we get through this reaction cut that we'll be bringing you here in just a moment, as we have the latest on Jaylon Moore and Elijah Mitchell signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. Appreciate y'all being here for our live coverage. We are asking you, our poll question right now on Seahawks is, will the Seahawks make a big move? 79% say yes, 29% say no. Grade the signing of Jaylon Moore. That's our question on Chiefs right now. You good? Okay. 56% give it a B, 21% say A, 21% say C, 3% say D or F. All right. Without further ado, let's do this reaction cut. And then we will do our beer bong races as we continue. Let's talk about these Chiefs signings. Seahawks fans, bear with us. I'm sure there will be more Seahawks news coming up, but we will focus on the Chiefs for a little bit with their signings. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right, it's all good. It's all good. Everybody stay calm. All right. Bear with us, Seahawks fans. We're going to do this segment, and then we'll catch up on everything as we continue here. Let's get started reacting to the Chiefs signing both Jaylon Moore and Elijah Mitchell right now. Here are the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Free agency is alive and well in Kansas City as we have not one but two signings to get things started here on this Monday morning, as the Kansas City Chiefs have signed offensive tackle Jaylon Moore to a 2-year, $30 million deal with $21.24 million guaranteed. And they have also signed running back Elijah Mitchell to a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. Let's tell you about each of these signings. The news coming from Matt Miller at NFL Draft Scout, breaking the news on Jaylon Moore. We had to go to Threads to find this news, as X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it, has been going through some technical difficulties today. But, hey, we're still keeping up to speed as much as we can on these moves. Let's start with Jaylon Moore here. So Jaylon Moore, he has experience as both a tackle and a guard in the National Football League. And Jaylon Moore got his big opportunity this past season with the San Francisco 49ers after Trent Williams was hurt. Started 5 games in place of Trent Williams, and he did a very good job. A 2021 fifth-round pick out of Western Michigan, was picked 155 overall, a second-team All-MAC Conference selection in 2020, and we'll go over the numbers here in just a bit of what Jaylon Moore did in place of Trent Williams, but I was very impressed with the sample size we saw from Jaylon Moore. We'll tell you more about him coming up when we go over his statistics and his analytics and all that momentarily. Meanwhile, Elijah Mitchell, he did not play in 2024. He did play 3 seasons, though, with 21 career games played with 12 starts. Agreed to a 1-year, $3.5 million deal with $3.5 million of that money guaranteed. And I'm very curious. I got to tell you, there's clearly, of these two signings, one I like more than the other. I love the Jaylon Moore signing, as you found what you were looking for at that left tackle position. Hopefully you have found that long-term answer, as it's been a revolving door. You guys know it ever since Eric Fisher stepped away. The Elijah Mitchell one is a little bit of a head-scratcher, because with him not playing and his production has gone down significantly compared to what it was his rookie campaign that it was his best season. What are you exactly getting out of Elijah Mitchell? I don't know necessarily. How would you grade these signings here by the Kansas City Chiefs? Um, I I'm hesitant. I like the first one. I don't know so much about the second one. If I was just grading the Jaylon Moore signing by itself, I would go with an A. But since we're pairing it with the Elijah Mitchell signing, then I'll give it a lesser grade. I'll tell you what that is in a moment. I want to know from you guys. My grade, I'm going to go with a B minus. I think I'm going to go with a B minus with these signings here. And here's what I mean by this. Jaylon Moore makes a ton of sense for Kansas City. With the issues you've had at the left tackle spot, you get a young player. You get a guy that has stepped up when his name was called upon and played at an extremely high level. With Elijah Mitchell, I just don't know. That one's a bit of a head scratcher between these two. So that's why I'm going to go with a B minus with that grade there. We are going to continue to follow everything you need to know here with NFL free agency with live coverage in the Kansas City Chiefs Report. We are live actually right now as we speak. So if you're watching this video, when you're done watching this video, go to our live stream for continuing free agency coverage as we're tracking everything going on with the Kansas City Chiefs as well as the rest of the National Football League with every move as they come in real time. Let's get 20 subs off today's video. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Turn on notifications so you stay up to date with every single move. We got you covered there. Let's tell you more about Jaylon Moore. So here's what I'm talking about as far as the numbers being very good for Jaylon Moore. In 271 snaps, had an overall grade of a 74.9, a pass block grade of a 73.1, and a run block grade of 70.1. So he did everything good last year. Pass blocking, run blocking. And he did so in a clean way. Unlike Jawan Taylor, no penalties called. Only allowed 1 sack. Only 2 hits. Only 7 hurries. If this is the type of production they get out of Jaylon Moore and it has some staying power, then you're doing really good if you're Kansas City, if that is going to continue. But that's still a big if. Meanwhile, with Elijah Mitchell, all right, you go back to the rookie campaign. That was promising. 207 carries, 6 touchdowns, nearly 5 yards a carry, just less than 1,000 yards. He was fantastic. But then what happened? It wasn't good, what we've seen since. 2022, 45 carries, 279 yards, 6.2 yards a carry, just 2 touchdowns. And then the last time we saw him on the football field in 2023, 75 carries, 281 yards, and his average went down from 6.2 to 3.7. And might I add, San Francisco in 2023 went to the Super Bowl, had a fantastic offensive line. Explain that to me. How does your average go down that much from 6.2 to 3.7? That one is a bit of a head scratcher. What is your one-word reaction to these signings by the Kansas City Chiefs to go with Jaylon Moore and Elijah Mitchell, bringing them both to Kansas City? I'll give you my one-word reaction in just a bit. Weigh in the comments section. Let us know what your one-word reaction is, and I'll give you my one-word reaction on the other side. My one word, I'm going San Fran. You're taking right from the San Francisco 49ers. And, you know, I think it's, when you look at free agency here, all right, it's very telling of the teams that you're taking players from, all right? You want players that have been in winning cultures, that know how to be a part of playing at a high level. Because when you sign guys that play for lesser teams and they join your roster, there is an adapting process of sorts that you have to go through where you have to learn how to win. And bringing these guys from a good organization like San Francisco, and believe me, I don't like the San Francisco 49ers as much as the next guy, but these guys are going to come in already with a good culture, a good mindset, seeing how it's done. Now, they haven't won championships there, but they've been very competitive. And to me, I think that's something that bodes well, especially when you come to an organization like Kansas City that competes for Super Bowls every year, that expects to play at a high level. To me, that's what I love about this, is bringing guys that come from a culture in Kansas City that I love about. Now, I'll say this. That's the thing I love, is the culture that they come from. To me, you can't – that's something that you can teach, but there's a learning curve. This speeds up the learning curve for them coming from San Francisco into this situation for Kansas City here. I think that's a big deal. So now, where does this Kansas City Chiefs team go from here? We said that you had to take care of the offensive line. And now you look at this situation. Let's just say, for all intents and purposes here, that Jaylon Moore is going to be your starting left tackle. And we're going to see Kingsley at left guard, Creed at center, Trey Smith at right guard, and Jawan Taylor at right tackle. Is that offensive line better than the offensive line we saw a season ago? I don't know the answer to that question. And maybe there's going to be more signings in the coming days. Maybe there's going to be some help in the draft, but it's still an unknown at this point. But you can at least feel optimistic about Jaylon Moore here. The running back situation, Elijah Mitchell, if you get the version that you saw of him as a rookie, then you're feeling really good about the player you got. But I don't know if he's still that same player. Coming back after not playing last year, that remains to be seen. But to me, that's my big takeaway, is the culture of where these guys come from. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Kansas City Chiefs Report, youtube.com/Chiefs TV. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. All right. There we go. So that is our reaction. Now, folks, we continue here. Live coverage on Seahawks today in the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Seahawks fans, thanks for bearing with us. We had to go through that news, but believe me, when the Seahawks make their signings, we will go through those as well. We are balancing the two channels today as we're live here for NFL Free Agency. And once Tex is ready, I'll need him to go get a beer bong and we'll do a race. I think you'll have to get one from the tub across the hall. I think that either the pink one is in there or another one. We'll figure it out. Here's the Super Chat menu. First-time Super Chatters will chant your team's name. $5, do a beer cheers. $10, take some shots. $20, get bean boozled. $50 will do a beer bong. And we are just over $80 away on Seahawks from a boot. Chiefs, we're at $32 right now. Got to get to $300 for a boot. Still got a ways to go. I want to know, whether you're a Seahawks fan, whether you're a Chiefs fan, who's a player that you want your team to sign? Give me a name in the chat right now that you want to see. What? Yeah, we might be out of these. I think the pink one and the eagle is still in there. But we'll figure it out. Name a player. Tony wants Stephon Diggs. Let's see. Who do Seahawks fans want? Let's see. Dan says no takers on someone. Do 40 in Super Chat, and I'll do 40 in Beer Bong. Hey, how about that, folks? Dan is offering a deal. As I had to fix my hair there. We are 80 away from a boot, which means, folks, we're getting very close. Dan is making a deal out there. He will throw in 40 if someone else wants to throw in the other 40 to do our first boot of the day on Seahawks. Anybody want to take up Dan on that? Split the difference, 40 each, and that will be a boot. That's an offer from Dan the Man Miller. I just now saw it. If you want to take Dan up on that, he will send in half and you send in the other half. Gabe wants Tevin Jenkins. Daniel wants Justin Fields. Gabe wants Patrick McCarry. Brady Boy, no. The Seahawks have not done anything yet. Adam wants Will Fries. Gabe wants DJ Reid. Hey, there we go. We found one. So a beer bong race is on the way. Me and Big Tex. Come on screen, Tex. Pause. No, you can come over here. People can see us side by side. Nicholas sent in a 50. He took up Dan on the offer. Let's see if Dan comes through. Who do you got? Let's get your predictions in. You going with Jonesy or are you going with Big Tex? Type J for Jones. Type T for Tex. Get your predictions in. Who's winning the beer bong race? The first ever race between me and Big Tex on beer bongs. Dan the Man Miller wanted to make it happen. We made it happen. Here we go, folks. J for Jones, T for Tex. Tap them. Hold on. We'll count them down so we get a fair start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I did it. Oh, that was good work. Good work. I did it. I did it. Tex, he can beat me in arm wrestling, but I beat him in beer bongs. I'd rather drink than lift any day. Next challenge, Tex, I think, because, we got to even up the score. I think we got to do an arm wrestling match next. What do you think? How about when we get to $400 on Seahawks, we'll do an arm wrestling match. When we get to 400, Tex and I will arm wrestle. We're at 268 right now. We got a 50 that just came in. Let's get to that. And then we'll roll through the tracker here. And let's start on the tracker of stuff of just today. Because it'll take us forever if we do all of it. I did it. I won. Spam Jones. Nicholas with a $50 super chat. Bang! Nick. Spam Nick. Show Nick some love for the $50 super chat coming in. Coming in hot. Much appreciated. Spam Nicholas in the chat. Love it. Nicholas coming in with the 50. That's another beer bong. I'll do another beer bong. Everybody spam Nicholas. I love to see it. We love to see it. That is awesome. Let me do the beer bong for Nicholas. Another beer bong on the way. And we are $32 away from Das Boot. They're not paying for it. It's not the end of the world. Don't stress. Here we go. Another beer bong. I believe this is my third of the day now. Here we go, folks. For Nicholas, another beer bong. Everybody spam Nick. Nick at night. Woo! There we go. I know that boot's coming soon. There we go. That's a good burp. Shout out Allie Barefoot for that. Let's roll through the tracker. Catch people up to speed of what's going on here in NFL free agency. As free agency frenzy continues, we are in hour number 1. Oh, Dan put us over the top. We'll go to Dan after we catch up on the tracker here. Oh, here we go, folks. Here's what's happened today. I think that's the first. Yep. Here we go, folks. Let's catch you up to speed. Evan Brown, former Seahawk, headed back to Arizona. 2-year, $11.5 million deal. Hassan Reddick going to Tampa Bay. Do we still call it Tampa Bay? 1 year, $14 million, $12 million guaranteed. Jaylon Moore to Kansas City. 2 years, $30 million, $21.24 million. Chris Godwin, 3 years, $66 million, $45 guaranteed. Drew Dahlman to the Chicago Bears, 3 years, $42 million, $28 guaranteed. Braxton Berrios, quick trivia question, and I'll quiz Tex on this. What high-profile female influencer is dating Braxton Berrios? Chat, do you know this answer?
Taylor
Who can
Mays.
get it first between Seahawks and Chiefs? What high-profile female influencer? She was recently in a Carl's Jr. Super Bowl commercial. She's also been in Sports Illustrated swimsuit. Who can answer it first between our two channels? Who is dating Braxton Berrios? I want to see who can answer this first. I'm checking between the two streams. I will give a shout-out to whoever answers it first. Could this be the first challenge that the Chiefs Report finally wins today against Seahawks today of naming who this individual is? Aiden got it first. Alex Earl. Alex Earl is the answer. Yes. You know what I'm talking about. The Carl's Jr. commercial? Oh, yeah. She's dating Braxton Berrios. Yes. Seahawks today, undefeated, still rolling. Elijah Mitchell, 1 year, 3.5 with Kansas City. B.J. Hill, 3 years, $33 million with Cincinnati, $16 million guaranteed. Javon Kinlaw, 3 years, $45 million with Washington. Robert Spillane, 3 years, $37 million with New England. Jordan Lewis, 3 years, $30 million with Jacksonville. Jimmy G is back in Los Angeles with the Rams on a 1-year deal. And then Paulson Adebo signing with the New York Giants. So those are the moves that have occurred so far to this point in NFL free agency. Let's go to Dan's Super Chat. This is going to put us at 300 now for the day. He put the challenge out to Nicholas, and then Dan answered to get us to our first boot of the day. Here it is, Dan the Man Miller with a $30 Super Chat. Let's go, Dan. Dan puts us over the top. Dan, that's another Bean Boozled. Who would be the best wide receiver free agent that won't break the bank for our Seahawks we can go get? That won't break the bank is the interesting question here in this equation. But Stephon Diggs, can I interest you in Stephon Diggs at $12 or $13 million? Can I interest you in Keenan Allen or Amari Cooper? Brandon Cooks, Darius Slayton, any of those names? I'm thinking like Diggs or Amari Cooper might be the answer there. All right, time to get Bean Boozled. Dan won the first battle. What will it be this time? I grabbed a brown one. It is either liver and onions or cappuccino. Cooper Kupp also could be a possibility. I'm curious what he's going to go for. Liver and onions or cappuccino? Get your predictions in. What will it be? One bite, everyone knows the rules. Oh, I lucked out. That's cappuccino. Ha ha! Ha ha! I win, Dan. That's a good one. I won this time. Ha ha ha! Love you, Dan. Dan the man. Only one Dan the man. Oh. That's actually a good one. I would eat a jar of those. Sorry, Dan, but we got a boot coming, so I will be tortured anyway. All right, so let me go get the boot ready. While I go get the boot ready, Tex, why don't we get the likes up a bit? I'll let Tex tell you why you need to like the video. We're at 280 on Seahawks. We're at 93 on Chiefs. Tony says, tell Brad Alper hi. I will tell Brad Alper hi. Brett Alper's working today. Friend of the show. He's been on Seahawks and Chiefs both. We like Brett Alper. Great guy. Tony, I'll pass that message along. I'll pass that message along to Alper. Thanks, Tony, for that. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear from you. Tex is going to take over for a bit. I'm going to get the boot ready when we come back. Our first boot of the day. We're at 300 on Seahawks. When we get to 400, arm wrestling match between me and Big Tex. I beat him in the beer bong race. I'm sure he's going to beat me in arm wrestling. But I'd rather be good at drinking than weightlifting, to be honest, given the choice. Tex probably would not say the same thing. Tex, how much you benching these days? Can you bench 225?
Probably not anymore. I had a shoulder injury. I had a partial.
How'd you injure it?
I was bench pressing.
Oh, you injured it bench pressing?
Yeah, bench pressing is actually a very common way to injure your chest and shoulder. I partially tore my labrum in my right shoulder, so that was not fun. I don't do barbell much. I do dumbbells, a little bit safer on the shoulders.
Sure.
But back in the day, yeah, I could before I blew my shoulder out.
All right, Tex, I am going to go get the boot ready. Let's see if you can get us to 300 likes before I come back. 300 likes. Here's the challenge, folks. Seahawks needs 13 likes to get to 300. Chiefs needs 7 likes to get to 100. Can we get there on each by the time I get back? And if we get there, I'll do a shot for each channel. There's the challenge. I need 7 more likes on Chiefs, and I need 12 more likes on Seahawks. And if we get there, I'll take a shot for each when I come back. And the boot is on the way in just a bit. Big Tex is going to take over for a few minutes. I'll be right back as we continue. Free Agency Frenzy, hour number 2, numero dos, underway here on this Monday. Glad to have you with us. Let's continue. Big Tex takes over. I'll be right back.
What is up, people? 12s and Chiefs Kingdom, both of y'all. Appreciate y'all for sticking with us here. Let's get those likes up. You guys excited for free NFL free agency coverage on both of our channels, simulcast? Hit that like button. Let's get some likes going. Like the video. Help us out here. Let us know that you guys are enjoying the content. It's a free and easy way, I should say, to support us here. So Big Tex would greatly appreciate that from y'all. But also,
we're pushing 300 on Chiefs, 100 on Chiefs. 300 on Seahawks, 100 on Chiefs.
Gotcha. Let's get to 300 likes on Seahawks and 100 likes on Chiefs. Let's do it. Let's get those likes up. Those are rookie numbers. We got to keep going. Got to get to 100 likes. And when you've liked the video, type me in. I'll shout you out. I'll shout you out. No problem at all. Just give me one sec, people. Just getting my pages back open so I can properly give shout-outs. Here we go. Let's see. Alvaro says, Kane, you're a Goomba, stop typing. I don't know what that means. Tony says, Big Tex, is it good to work out morning cardio noon? And he says, Big Tex, it is good to do morning, noon, workout. Well, spread your cardio out. If you're going to do heavy, steady-state cardio, don't do it right when you're about to work out. Only do warm-up cardio if you're going to lift weights. Spread them out. You can do them in the same day, but do it in the morning and then do your lifting later, or do your lifting in the morning and do your cardio later in the day. Never have them together, Tony. Spread them out. But what I really need you to do, Tony, is like the video and get other people to like the video. We need to get to 100 likes on the Chiefs report and 300 likes on Seahawks today. Let's see where we're at right now. Let's take a gauge here. We are at 312 likes on Seahawks. Good shit. Hey! We're only at 96 likes on Chiefs report. What are we doing? We're letting the freaking Seahawks beat us in the like battle? What the heck are we doing, people? What the heck are we doing? What the heck are we doing? Seahawks is already at 315 likes, and the Chiefs report can't even get to freaking 100. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's a joke. You gonna let them beat you like that? You gonna let them beat you like that? We're at 97 likes. Hit that like button. We gotta get to 100 likes on the Chiefs report. We're at 315 likes on Seahawks today. They're kicking our ass. They're kicking our ass. Obviously, we've got both of them up here because we're dual streaming, but they're kicking our ass. You love the freaking Chiefs. You love the NFL free agency. You love the free coverage we're giving you. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Really would appreciate it. And hey, when we get to, I believe it was, what was it, $300 in super chats, we'll, or was it $400 in super chats? We'll do an arm wrestling match. So if that's not enough incentive to support the show, I don't know what is. Let's see, we're at 98 likes now. Come on, guys. Let's get those likes up. We're not charging you anything for this coverage. We're just asking you to like the video. We're not asking for a lot. We're not. We're just asking for a little. 99 likes. We're almost there. One more. Come on. Come on, Chiefs Kingdom. You gonna let the Seahawks people, the Seahawks fans, show you up? They're beating you by 200 likes right now. What the heck? What the heck? Not only are they beating you in that, but they're beating you in the Super Chat battle. We're only at We're only at $32 on Chiefs, and we're at $299 on Seahawks today. They're beating you in the Super Chat battle. They're beating you in the sub battle. They're beating you in the likes battle. Come on, man. What are we doing? You got to get those likes up. Apologies for my mic. It's rubbing a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hold it in my hand because it's just going on my shirt, and that's no fun. That's no fun. That's no fun. Hey, Tony getting those likes in there. Let's see. Goomba Kane is what Alvaro says. Let's see. Tom Downey, he, I believe, is on Maine right now or on Cowboys. I think he's on Cowboys Live, if I'm not mistaken. That's a good question. Tom Downey is not here. We're on Seahawks today, and the Chiefs Report simulcast live for NFL Free Agency Day 1. And if you guys are just tuning in, Seahawks have not made any moves, but in case you're wondering, the Chiefs have made 2 moves today during free agency. While we get these likes keep going. Jaylon Moore, offensive tackle, signed. And then Elijah Mitchell, the running back, also signed on a 1-year, $3.5 million deal. Oh, thanks. Alrighty. But like I said, let's get those likes going. I think we finally hit, we hit 100 likes. I'll update that number real quick for Chiefs. We're at 100 and...
So you guys passed the challenge.
That's
I
right.
asked for 300 likes on Seahawks and 100 on Chiefs. And both teams succeeded. So I will take a shot for each team. And we got the boot coming as well. So nice work by everybody. That's a win. Everybody wins. 1 shot for each. I'll start with Seahawks first. To the 12s, cheers to you. Go Hawks. To the Kingdom, cheers to you. Go Chiefs. Cheers. There we go. All right. So we got some stuff going on here. Let's do an ad real quick, and then we'll get to our first boot of the day. Chiefs Polos are on sale now for up to 50% off. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos, where you can get yours today. We have all sorts of polos to choose from and all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Check it out now. All sorts of other Chiefs merchandise available for you as well. Chatsports.com/Chiefs Polos to get yours today. Up to 50% off. Seahawk fans, get your hoodies on sale now for up to 50% off. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodies is where you can get yours. And there are a variety of choices. Folks, it's still a little cold outside. I'm wearing a hoodie myself today. It feels great. You can get a hoodie as well. Chatsports.com/hoodies, /hoodie. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Also, plenty of Chiefs merchandise at that link as well. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodie. It is boot time. Our first boot of the day. And this is courtesy of the 12s. You guys made this happen. Seahawks today has been crushing it today. They have been kicking the Chiefs Report's ass. It's not even close between these two channels right now. Chris says, why the Chiefs, man? Chris, why? Because I got to pay my bills, all right? I got to make money, all right? I got to make money, and I do both channels. It's no secret. I started with Seahawks here. The opportunity came along for me to take over Chiefs, a team that I had covered many years ago, and I got to pay my bills and put food on the table, so that's why I do both channels. And I owe nobody no apologies for doing both channels. I have to make a living just like you guys have to make a living, and that's how it is. So no need to get upset about it. I have admiration and respect for both teams. I enjoy doing both channels. And I'm not going to apologize about it. So you can deal with it, and that's how it is. So we all got to make ends meet somehow or another. That's why I do both channels. So deal with it. All right. So let's do the boot. Also, by the way, folks, we have lunch has arrived. Would you guys like us to taste test our lunch on air? Or would you like us to be polite and not eat on air? Here's what we have today. I'll tell the folks out there. Are we allowed to eat lunch on air? Because here's what I have today. I got some shrimp, it looks like. And what is this? I got some sushi here. Would you guys like us to taste test some lunch on air, or do we need to be respectful and eat it offline? It's up to you guys. I would gladly eat my lunch live. Here's the deal. If I have to step away to eat my lunch, then that means you get less of me eating and I had to go away. If you let me eat on air, then I don't have to go anywhere. I can stay here. So if you guys don't mind, then I'll eat my lunch here. Then we can keep the show going. Otherwise, I got to step aside to eat my food. Let's see. Oh, you guys are being very nice. You're saying eat up. I will eat my lunch in a moment. Let's take care of the beer boot first. First boot of the day. I did 4 of these last night. I had to piss so bad. I woke up in the middle of the night 3 times to leak. No, I felt like a fire hydrant with how much I had to piss last night. But you woke up twice. I woke up 3 times. And I was still pissing when I woke up this morning, too. So I am testing out my bladder here with this next boot. This will be my 5th boot in a, what is it, 13, 14-hour stretch? Yeah. Let's see. Let's make it happen. Let's put the over-under at 18 seconds. Type over, U for under, a seltzer boot, my first boot of the day. Get your predictions in now. O for over, U for under. Get your predictions in. How will I do? Tex is going to do the play-by-play. He is going to keep the timer, and let's see if I can keep it under 18. There's 2 ways of looking at this. Either I'm booted out or I'm just warmed up after last night. One of the 2. There's only one way for us to find out how I'm feeling after this boot. O for over, U for under. Get your predictions in on this boot. Everybody spam chug in the chat. What's it going to be? Here we go, folks. Spam chug. All right. Here we go. Tell the spam chug, Tex.
Spam chug! And if he gets it under 30, you spam Jones.
Yes. Under 18, we spam
Okay.
Jones.
Gotcha.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Off to the races. Good pace to go. I see 0 spillage from the get-go. Still no spillage. That's impressive. We had a little spillage yesterday, but it was in control. But no spillage. Oh, 2 drips. Drip drop. Nice. I stopped it slow. I'd give you a 15 flat.
15!
User error. 15 flat.
15!
Spam Jones!
Spam Jones! Spam Jones, I did it again. I can't be stopped. My bladder's going to kill me. But we did it. We did it. Spam Jones. I am him. I can't be stopped. Unbelievable. Oh, let's eat lunch. All right, let's see what we got for lunch today. Spam Jones. Let's start with the shrimp. Tex, what did you get for lunch today here? Give people a little show. Show them what you got for lunch here. I'm very grateful that you all are letting me eat, by the way, because I don't have to step aside. We can keep the show going, and we can enjoy our food hot. I don't have to worry about having a cold lunch. So I appreciate you all for letting me.
Got a little soup.
Me and Big Tex keep this going. You got a little soup.
Little soup cup. And then.
Let's see what else.
Oh my God, it's like ASMR. That fucking trash bag wrinkle sounds. And then it's kind of hard to see.
Carlton Davis just went to the Patriots.
I'll do it like this.
3 years, $60 million. Okay.
Looks like a factor meal box.
It does look like a factor box. You got some sushi in there.
That's right.
What else you got in there?
I got sushi, got a little bit of, what's the spicy green stuff? What do they call that?
I don't know exactly.
You know what I'm talking about, though. The stuff that I forget what it's called. It's like the green spicy stuff in the center. And then, yeah, there's some chicken.
I'm going to start with the shrimp here.
And salmon. Yeah.
Let's give this a score. Review in real time.
Mm-hmm.
some Asian shrimp. How will our friends on the other side of the Pacific make this shrimp? Let's find out. A little dry, I'm not going to lie. Just a little dry. Yeah. If I was making this, I would have, how do I describe this? I would have left it cooking a little longer. A little crispier. It's not crispy enough. A little dry. Yeah. It's okay, not great. I'm going to rate this, I'll go about a 5.1. Will be my score on the shrimp. It could be better. Let's try with some soy sauce here. See if that changes things. You know what? I think it's actually better without the soy sauce. You want to try some of your stuff, Tex? Give it a little review. Let's see. All right, Tex is trying a wonton. I love wontons.
Big wonton guy. This is a thick one.
Okay.
Damn.
That looks good.
C. One.
I got one too.
One bite, everyone knows the rules?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you just go for the whole thing in one bite?
Mm-hmm.
I respect that.
Wow. Shout out Dave.
Thoughts?
Solid. Solid. Good texture, good
Oh,
flavor.
that's a good wonton. That's better than the shrimp.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's better than the shrimp. I'll go with a solid 7.5.
Yeah, I'll go 7-8.
Okay.
7-8. About the same range. Man, this show has gone all over the place. We've given shout-outs. We're eating our Asian food on live, giving feedback. Going all over the place.
Let's go back through the tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Let's tell people what's going on. Rainwater games. What? I'm just trying to eat my lunch. I told you if I had to, either I step aside and eat my lunch off air, or I'd have to step away to eat my lunch. It was your choice. I gave you guys the choice. You gave me permission to eat. No bitching. No bitching about that Rainwater games. I gave you the choice, and you guys chose for me to eat my lunch on air. Yes, here is what's happened today so far. Evan Brown, staying with the Cardinals, 2 years, $11.5 million. Son Reddick, 1 year, $14 million. Jaylon Moore, 2 years, $30 million. Chris Godwin, 3 years, $66 million. Drew Dahlman, 3 years, $42 million. Braxton Berrios, 1 year, $2 million. Elijah Mitchell, 1 year, $3.5. B.J. Hill, 3 years, $33 million. Javon Kinlaw, 3 years, $45 million. Robert Spillane, 3 years, $37 million. Jordan Lewis, 3 years, $30. Jimmy Garoppolo, 1 year. Full details TBD. Paulson Adebo, full details TBD. Dan Moore got a big deal from the Titans. 4 years, $82 million. I guess you'd have to pay me a lot of money to play for the Titans, too. Derek Barnett, 1 year, $5. Carlton Davis, 3 years, $60 million. The Seahawks have not signed anybody. If you're watching on the Chiefs Report, they have made 2 signings, but the Seahawks have not done anything yet, and they we're kind of in a holding pattern. We're waiting to see if they are going to do something or not. So that's where we stand at this point, folks. As we're in the second hour of free agency. We've been on air for 2.5 hours. I'll be honest, Tex. Now, I could feel differently about this later, but I feel like time is going fast. I don't feel like we've been on air 2.5 hours. I mean, we're having a great time. We're having relaxed time. We're talking football, having a little food, having a little drinks. Good way to spend, just a casual Monday with the 12s, with the Kingdom. We're enjoying ourselves here. And by the way, I do have an Aaron Rodgers update to get to. He is not signed yet, by the way. We mentioned that the Seahawks were going to have a meeting with him. The last reports I was reading was that there is momentum between him and Pittsburgh. So Aaron Rodgers might not be coming to Seattle. He might be headed to the Pittsburgh Steelers with DK Metcalf. Where will Aaron Rodgers sign in NFL free agency? Will it be with Pittsburgh? Will it be with Seattle? Where will it be somewhere else? Where will Rodgers end up? Chiefs fans, by all means, tell us where you think. Tell us where you think, too. Chiefs fans, Seahawks fans, where is Rodgers going to go? Big Tex, you got a prediction on this? And there's other teams, obviously, besides Seattle and Pittsburgh that are options out there. Where do you think Rodgers ends up going?
It's a good question. I honestly kind of lean towards the Steelers as well, especially after they traded for DK Metcalf. Seems like they're trying to build the roster up to compete for a deep playoff run this year under Mike Tomlin. I don't know if they will, because it seems like every time Mike Tomlin makes the playoffs, they lose in the first round, except for that one Super Bowl run back in, 2008, 2009 against the Packers. I think that he's going to end up with the Steelers. I think Aaron Rodgers will be a Steeler, which would be wild.
Yeah.
Especially because he was with the Packers when he played against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. That would be like full circle.
So, if you were watching last night, folks, I told you about how my father is a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And my phone was blowing up from my dad about DK being traded from the Seahawks to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I had to hear all about it, how happy my dad was and all this. And, yeah. So here's the story where I'm going with this, folks. And I've been telling stories about my dad lately. You guys have been learning a lot about my dad in the last 24 hours here on Seahawks Today. So the one Super Bowl in my lifetime, Tex, I did not watch live, ironically enough, even though my father's a diehard Steelers fan, was that Steelers-Packers Super Bowl. I had to watch that on the DVR later that night. For good reason, though. When I explain, you'll understand. My grandmother, she had a heart attack, and my mom had to fly home to go visit her, and we had to go pick up my mom from the airport. She flew in while the game was going on. So my dad made my sister and I go with him to pick up my mom from the airport, and then we watched the game on DVR later that night. So that's the only Super Bowl, the Rodgers Super Bowl where he beat the Steelers, that I did not see live in real time. The other Super Bowls I've seen every single one in my lifetime live in real time, but that was the only one. Where will he end up? Gary says Pittsburgh. Jesse says Pittsburgh. Chiefs. Richard saying Pittsburgh. Ethan says a mental hospital. Peter says a retirement home. People getting creative with these answers here. Big Swag's got a super chat. Thank you, Big Swag. I'll try the sushi next. We'll give a sushi review. Yeah, he was Seahawks. I feel like people have a love-hate relationship with sushi. I feel like there's a love-hate relationship people have with sushi. I grew up, and I still remember the very first time I had sushi. I was at a Chinese buffet. It was actually in the state of Oregon, in a town called LeGrand. The place was called the Number One China Buffet. I can tell you this much: it was not the Number One China Buffet out there. They did have crab legs, though, on the buffet, but that was the first time I had sushi, and it was absolutely awful. I thought from that point forward I hated sushi. Didn't have sushi again until I was an adult, and then I tried sushi and had good sushi. I'm like, oh, this is what I've been missing out on. Big Swag with a $2 super chat. Should the Seahawks get Justin Fields? I'm not opposed to the idea of Justin Fields, but he's not my first choice. Darnold, I think, is my first choice. If it's going to be a free agent quarterback, I think Darnold would be the way I would go. But Justin Fields on a cheap contract, short-term deal, see what you got in him potentially. I don't hate it. You could do a whole lot worse than Justin Fields. Yeah, we did that one. Thanks for the Super Chat, Big Swags. We are over $300 in Super Chats on Seahawks now. We're at $33 on Chiefs. It is an ass-kicking today from Seahawks today against the Chiefs report in this Super Chat battle going on between these two parties involved. Let's try some sushi now. Let's see what we got here. I can't even remember. I think this is a California roll. Classic California roll of this sushi after I told that great sushi story. Let's see how this is going to go. One bite, everyone knows the rules. Just went over the whole thing. You know, it's solid. Not great, but solid. Gets the job done. That's not the best sushi I've ever had. It's not definitely the worst. It's not from the #1 China buffet. I'll go 6.5. Give me a 6.5 on that. That's my grade. More Super Chats. Caden says, who are the top free agents available? Well, glad you asked. Let me run through some of the names that are available at this point in time. Let's start at the quarterback position. Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Daniel Jones, Mac Jones, Ryan Tannehill. Still available at this point. Running backs, Najee Harris, Nick Chubb, J.K. Dobbins, Jamal Williams, Raheem Mostert. Wide receiver, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Brandon Cooks, Tyler Lockett. Let's go to the tight end spot. Evan Ingram, Tyler Conklin, Jawan Johnson. That's a name to watch for Seattle potentially. Gerald Everett. Let's go center. Drew Dahlman. I think he just signed, actually. Josh Myers, Bradley Bozeman. Offensive tackle, Cam Robinson. Jarek Willis, Morgan Moses, Patrick McCorry. Offensive guards, Mekhi Becton, Willie Fries, Brandon Sheriff, Kevin Zietler, Aaron Banks. Edge rusher, you got Josh Sweat, Joey Bosa, Chase Young, Matthew Judon. Defensive tackle, Milton Williams. I met him at the Super Bowl. Great guy. Jonathan Allen, Deshaun Wharton, Javon Hargrave. Linebacker, you got Dre Greenlaw, Kazir White, Terrell Dodson. Remember him? Corner, Carlton Davis, Travarius Ward, DJ Reid, Byron Murphy, the other Byron Murphy, Darius Slay. Safety, Javon Hargrave, Justin Reid. That's one to watch for Seattle. Here's a name for you. DeMar Hamlin is out there. Justin Simmons also available. Kicker, Matt Prater, Nick Folk. Punter, J.K. Scott, Johnny Hecker. All right, I have gone through every position now. How about that for an answer, Caden? Who are the top free agents available? I went through every single position for you. You're welcome. Thanks for the Super Chat. Chris with a $5 Super Chat writes in. That's a beer cheers. Cheers to you. Is it possible that Seattle waits until free agency day 2 to sign anyone? They're seeming to be a little hesitant. Yeah, it's certainly possible. And here's something I would keep in mind, too. Seattle has a reputation of actually even waiting a bit further till week 2 of free agency. We might be in this for a while, folks. It might be several days. Like, they have a track record of letting the market kind of play itself out and then getting some guys later on. So I know that we're, an hour and a half into this thing? But there's still a long ways to go for Seattle potentially in these signings. So, yes, Chris, that is certainly possible. Cheers to you.
Go on.
All right. if you would like to send in a super chat. We have to get to 400 to get to an arm wrestling match between me and Big Tex. And we are at 308 right now, so we need just a little over $90 to reach that mark on Seahawks. Right now on Chiefs, we are at $33. Chiefs have been getting their ass kicked today by Seahawks today. I mean, this is in every way. When it comes to chat, likes, everything. I mean, Seahawks today has been killing it today. So the 12s, appreciate y'all. I appreciate the Kingdom too. Don't get me wrong. But you guys over at Seahawks today have been crushing it today. I appreciate y'all for what you do. Super chat menu, first time super will get you a team chant for whoever you're for. $5, do a beer cheers. $10, take some shots. $20, get Bean Boozled. $50 to do a beer bong. And we already did one boot today. Got to get to 600 for another boot. Got to get to 400 to get to the arm wrestling match between me and Big Tex. So that is what we have going on today. Who is your team's greatest free agent signing of all time? And Seahawk fans, do not say Marshawn Lynch. He was not a free agent signing. He was a trade. If you say Marshawn Lynch, you do not know ball. Do not answer Marshawn. Do not answer Marshawn. All right? Who was your team's greatest free agent signing? Let us know in the chat who that individual is that comes to mind. I got 344 people watching on Seahawks. I got 72 people watching on Chiefs. Who is it? Who is your team's greatest free agent signing? The Boskin says Averill or Bennett. Can't go wrong with those two. BK, who's talking about the Ravens and Cam Ward? That's a new one to me. Maybe I missed something. Let's see. Dan says Averill. Daniel says Averill. The Hulk says, do you think the Seahawks can sign Myles Garrett? Myles Garrett just signed an extension with Cleveland. He's not going anywhere. Adriano, you're just trolling. I know that. JSN season, he's trolling. He knows better than that. He knows better than that. BK, Myles Garrett's gone. He's already with the Browns. He's not going to the Lions. Gavin says Draymond Jones. How dare you say Draymond Jones? That might be the worst signing in franchise history. Tony says for the Chiefs, Kareem Hunt. I don't know about that one, Jim. Ethan says Carson Wentz. Okay. Aussie says Percy Harvin for one game. Let's see. Boskin says Grady Jarrett. Okay. So we're getting some interesting answers in there. Let's see. Do we have any more signings lately here, folks? DJ Reid going to the Lions? Our old friend, DJ Reid. I would have liked to see DJ Reid back in Seattle. That was a head-scratcher by John and Pete. Why did they ever let DJ Reid walk out that door? They should have never moved on from DJ Reid a couple of years ago. That was a big mistake. I would love to have DJ Reid right now. Could you imagine, folks, DJ Reid, Devin Witherspoon, Reek Wallen, and the Boskins' favorite player, Josh Jobe? That would be a nice corner room. Why did we ever let DJ Reid go? Can anyone back me up on this? Wasn't that just stupid? Wasn't it outright stupid of Seattle to move on from DJ Reid several years ago? Man, going to Detroit. Isaiah Rodgers off to Minnesota. Minnesota! 2 years, $15 million, $8 million guaranteed. No one's backed me up on this yet. DJ Reid, why did we ever let him walk out that door? Why did we ever let him walk out that door? He should have never left Seattle. That was a bonehead decision by John and Pete to ever let DJ Reid leave. He's a good corner. He's a good player. Let's see. Any other moves lately? Oh, Morgan Moses going to the Patriots. 3 years, $24 million, up to $28.5 million. Let's see. Sounds like Milton Williams, my old friend Milton Williams. We got along very nicely at the Super Bowl. Very nice guy. From the world champion Philadelphia Eagles, heading to the Panthers. Tex, I got something for you. This is a laugh. You'll laugh at this.
Yep.
How in God's green earth do you go from, and I understand, you got to chase the bag, you got to get paid whatever you can. But you talk about culture shock. Yeah, I'm going to go win a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and now I'm going to play with arguably the worst franchise in football.
Yeah.
What? How does that happen?
That's a bag chaser for you. I mean, he doesn't care about. I guess he already.
He got his ring.
He got that ring. He's like, I want the bag now, regardless of competing, which you won't be doing much of in Carolina. That's for sure.
Milton Williams going to Carolina. DJ Reid just tweeted Detroit. So far, the highlights of free agency, in case you're just joining us, I got 4 things I'll point to. Chris Godwin re-signs with the Bucs, 3 years, $66 million, coming off that torn ACL too. That's big for Baker. I don't care if you're watching Seahawks today or the Chiefs report. We are very pro Baker Mayfield. Tex loves Baker Mayfield. It's his favorite quarterback from the great city of Austin, Texas. Lake Travis's own. I'm happy that Baker gets to keep Chris Godwin. He's got Mike Evans there. I'll always be a Baker fan. I'm excited for him that he gets Chris Godwin sticking around there. Everybody spam Baker. If you're a Seahawks fan, you're a Chiefs fan, whatever, everybody should root for Baker. He's the ultimate underdog story. I mean, he had to walk on at Texas Tech, had to walk on at Oklahoma, wins the Heisman Trophy at OU, plays in the college football playoff. He was told he was too short. He wasn't good enough for the NFL. Ends up being the number 1 overall pick. Goes to the Browns, one of the worst franchises in football, takes them to the playoffs, and then they write him off. They replace him with a sexual predator. He goes on to Carolina. They write him off. And then he goes to the LA Rams, gets the job done there, and now all he's done is win with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I love me some Baker Mayfield. Spam Baker. Show some love to Baker Mayfield. We love Baker. It's one of the best stories in the NFL right now, what Baker's doing. Happy for him he gets Chris Godwin back. I wish Baker was the Seahawks quarterback right now. I tried to tell y'all, what was it, 3 years ago when Baker was available, that I'd take him over Geno. Some of y'all called me crazy. We don't want no Baker Mayfield around here. I'm telling you, we need to get hats printed that say Jones was right about everything. I know ball. I know what I'm talking about. What else we got? I think we're caught. Oh, J.C. Horn with the Panthers. I'm just catching up to speed on stuff in my notes here. Highest paid DB, Tex, in NFL history. If you were doing like some trivia and you asked who's the highest paid DB in NFL history, I don't think too many people would guess J.C. Horn. I think it's a bit of an overpay. But good for him, though. Falcons released Grady Jarrett, Khalil Mack going back to the Chargers, 1 year, $18 million. Those have been kind of the highlights of NFL free agency so far to this point. As we continue to talk free agency, glad that you guys are here. Chris is saying Rodgers needs to go to the Giants. Maybe. They suck, though. I think he wants to play for a good team. But you never know. You never know. We'll see. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here thinking about what it would have been like to have DJ Reid, Rick Woolen, Devin Witherspoon, the Boskins' favorite guy, Josh Jobe. That would have been nice. Would have been nice. Keep on liking the video, folks. We're at 352 likes on Seahawks. We're at 114 likes on Chiefs. I will take another shot when we reach 400 likes on Seahawks and when we reach 200 likes on Chiefs. Who can get there first? If you're glad to be hanging out here with us, live free agency coverage here on Seahawks Today, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs Report, hit the like button, folks. Type me in the chat when you like the video as well. We'll shout you out as we're rolling along here on this Monday. Been a minute since we've had anything significant. We're kind of in a holding pattern right now. And if you're a Seahawks fan that maybe you're just now tuning in for the first time today, I know everybody's working. It's a Monday and all. You have missed nothing. They have not done a thing. Kansas City, meanwhile, if you're a Chiefs fan that's just now joining us, they have made a couple of moves, bringing in Jaylon Moore and Elijah Mitchell from the San Francisco 49ers. Their two signings. Elijah Mitchell, 1 year, $3.5 million. And Jaylon Moore, he got a bit of a bag from Kansas City. He'll be your new starting left tackle. So that's where we're at right now. We'll see where things go from here as we continue here on NFL Free Agency Live, Free Agency Frenzy. Text, did we cover Fanatics for this hour? Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and knock that out. All right. Let's tell you about the deal we're offering right now, folks. Chiefs fans, I got polos on sale for you, up to 50% off. Chatsports.com/Chiefs polos. All sorts of different options to choose from. Whether you're looking for the gray, the red, men's and women's sizes available, up to 50% off now. Chatsports.com/Chiefs polos to get yours today. The link going in the chat right now. Other Chiefs merchandise available. Chatsports.com/Chiefs polos. Also, for Seahawks fans, it's still a little bit cold outside. Still some good hoodie weather right now. And you're in luck. We have hoodies on sale for up to 50% off at chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodie to get yours today. Men's and women's sizes, all different shapes and sizes. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodie to get yours today. Link is going in the chat right now. Check it out, as well as other Seahawks merchandise. Chatsports.com/Seahawks hoodie. Adriano's claiming that Ian Rappaport would be surprised if the Hawks didn't sign Sam Darnold. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Corbin Smith just put out a post on X. I'll just read this to you. This is what he's predicting. Sam Darnold to the Seahawks. Justin Fields to the Jets. Daniel Jones back to the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers. Zach Wilson to the Titans. Russell Wilson to the Giants is what he's predicting. Let's see. And a new update, Rodgers to Pittsburgh deal is not imminent. So if you are in the camp that wants Aaron Rodgers to Seattle, there is still time. There's still time potentially, and we know that they are meeting. So still within the realm of possibility. We'll see. Tyler with a $2 super chat. Will Seattle do anything today? If so, what? Good question. They got $65 million, I hope. Besides the quarterback spot, offensive line, wide receiver, edge rusher, and the wide receivers are starting to fly around. I know there was some talk about Amari Cooper potentially. I think that you ought to move, if you're going to get a receiver here, you ought to move pretty fast because they are starting to go away here pretty quickly. So I'd watch out for the receiver spot potentially. Thanks, Tyler, for that $2 super chat. Another $10 super chat. And this one rolling in from that random video guy 98. That random video guy, been a while since I've seen you. Where you been? Welcome back. What is the ultimate goal? What if the ultimate goal is to not be competitive this year? Because I don't see us making a move that keeps us contenders this year. I see this for a down year for Seattle personally. All right, here's my counterpoint to that random video guy. If you fix the offensive line, then I got 2 good running backs. I got a star receiver in JSN. And let's say you add in a Darnold. You can be a better football team than you were last year if you fix the offensive line. It didn't matter if you had JSN and DK and all those weapons if you didn't have a good offensive line. If you fix that offensive line, you can be a team that's a playoff team. The only thing holding this Seahawks team from being a playoff team next year is by fixing the offensive line. To me, that will be the telling story when it's all said and done. That's another shot. I'll pay that off for that video guy. Yeah, that's fine. You can get super chat menu's fine. For that random video guy, cheers to you. Go Hawks. When you come back, let's do subs. Yeah. First time super chatter. You get a chant for whatever team you're watching, whether you're watching on Seahawks today or whether you're watching on the Chiefs Report. We'll give you the team chant for whatever team you're in for. $5, do a beer cheers. $10 to take some shots. $20, get bean boozled. $50, we will do a beer bong. We are at 320 in super chats on Seahawks. Actually, now 3:30 with Tony's super chat that came in. Tony, I can't put it on screen until Tex gets back. Once Tex gets back, we'll throw it on screen here, and I'll take a shot for you. So we got to get to 400 for an arm wrestling match between me and Tex. So if you would like to see us arm wrestle, we need about 70 more to get to that mark as we continue here. Live coverage, NFL free agency frenzy. Another one from Nicholas. Well, Tony, Nicholas, be patient. Be patient. We'll get to you here in just a bit. Stand by. Don't worry. Be happy. For those of you trying to catch up to speed, I know it's some people maybe getting on their lunch break, trying to wonder what has gone on. We have had 2 moves for the Kansas City Chiefs to this point of what they have done in free agency. They have signed Elijah Mitchell, and they have also signed Jaylon Moore. Meanwhile, the Seattle Seahawks have done nothing. So if you're a Seahawks fan just now joining us, you haven't missed a thing. We'll see if anything happens. Keeping tabs on it, but it so far has been a quiet day in Seattle after what's been just a loud few days. From releasing Tyler Lockett and Draymond Jones, trading away DK Metcalf, trading away Geno Smith. It has been nonstop. This is the first chance we've gotten to kind of just breathe a bit, as Seattle hasn't really done much. Now, we are keeping an eye on what's happening with Sam Darnold. And momentum appears to be heading Seattle's direction on getting a deal done for Sam Darnold at this point in time. Darnold, I'll say this, all right? I feel like at times, and I say this respectfully, as your fearless leader, I have to keep people in check at times. And a lot of y'all have said to me when it comes to Sam Darnold, well, he's going to play with a worse offensive line in Seattle. You know, he's going to be worse than Geno and all this. Y'all realize that Sam Darnold was sacked, if you include the playoff numbers, more than Geno Smith was last year. And he still threw for 35 touchdowns and had a fantastic season, won the NFL Comeback Player of the Year and everything. Granted, he had better weapons with his receiving core, with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and all those guys. But Sam Darnold did not have a great offensive line, and he was awesome last year. I think Seattle's offensive line, we're going to see improvements, whether it's today or in the next couple of days and in the draft. And then you pair him up with JSN. Sam Darnold can succeed. He's 18-6 as a starter in his last 3 seasons. So don't sell Sam Darnold short. You get a younger, better quarterback than Geno Smith for the same amount of money, and you get a third-round pick out of Geno. This might work out pretty well for Seattle if they end up with Sam Darnold when it's all said and done. Let's catch up on some more Super Chats. Yeah, then we'll do subs. I see 1 Super Chat on Chiefs, and I'm seeing about 3 on Seahawks we'll catch up on here. We did hit that one. The first one we need to get to is Tony. Tony! He's a first-time Super Chatter, too. Tony with a $10 Super Chat. Tyler, big fan of the show. Welcome, Tony. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being a first-time Super Chatter. We'll give you the chant, and I'll take a shot for you. Can you give us a top 3 free agents that will turn us in the right direction, in your opinion? Let's start with the offensive line. Give me Mekhi Becton, Kevin Zeitler, and then give me another edge rusher. Maybe a Josh Sweat, maybe a Joey Bosa, Chase Young potentially. There you go. I'll give you a few names. How about that for you, Tony? I'll take a shot for Tony, and we'll keep this thing going. Tony, cheers to you. Go Hawks. Woo! Everybody spam Tony in the chat. He's a first-time Super Chatter. That means we got to do the chant for Tony being a first-time Super Chatter. Texas is going to get the chant started. Everybody start spamming Tony. Here we go. For Tony.
See?
Hawks.
See!
Hawks.
See!
Hawks. Let's go, Tony. Spam Tony. Tony, let's go. Thank you, Tony. Thanks for supporting the show. Nicholas with a $10 Super Chat. That's another shot. If we could go back and take back that DJ Reid trade, I feel they would. Jamal Adams would have never come along. I'm telling you. Should have never moved on from DJ Reid. Should have never moved on from DJ Reid. And, hell, he was available in free agency. Why didn't we take him now? Josh Jobe. I know I have some Josh Jobe truthers in here, but he's not a starting caliber corner in this league. I like Josh Jobe as a backup, but you can do better as a starter than Josh Jobe. I would have gladly taken DJ Reid back. Instead, he's with the Lions now. Nicholas, cheers to you. Joe, the bag man. Time to touch our bags. The bag man. Joe, the bag man. Joe, thanks for the $10 Super Chat. That's another shot. Let's go, Joe. Cheers to you, Joe. These shots are getting to me, folks. Okay. We got a $5 Super Chat on Chiefs. Slammin' Sam with a $5 Super Chat. Cheers. Slammin' Sam says, my draft, round 1, best available defensive tackle. Round 2, I can't read that. Ursi? Does this say Ursi? Ursi, offensive tackle. Round 3, best available edge. Round 4, Danny Stuntsman, big Texas favorite player. Round 5, best available DB. Round 6, Pierce, offensive tackle. Round 7, Jackson or Edwards at running back. Not bad, but why are we waiting till round 2 to address the offensive tackle spot? or the offensive guard position. We didn't address offensive guard there, Slamming Sam. Sam, we need a guard. We need a guard, Slamming Sam. If we want to be slamming like Sam, Chiefs need some help at the guard spot. I'm not so sold on Kingsley starting at the left guard position, but overall, not terrible. Not terrible. I like this Danny Stunsman pick. I know Tex loves that Danny Stunsman pick. Cheers to Slamming Sam. Woo. Thank you, Slamming Sam. All right, let's do the sub-read now. Folks, I got 330 people watching on Seahawks. I got 65 people watching on the Chiefs Report. I need to make sure you are subscribed. And here's the numbers on Chiefs. We are closing in on 70,000 subscribers on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. 70,000. Almost there, folks. Heck, Seahawk fans, if you love me, and I know you love me, why don't you just go over to Chiefs Report and give us a little sub there too? It's all the same company. It all helps us out one way or another. I want to get to 70,000 subscribers. If you are a Chiefs Report subscriber, type me in the chat. Let me know. Let's make the wheel of subs go up. And you may be wondering, why should I subscribe? Well, we go live every Tuesday. We're live today and tomorrow for NFL free agency. We bring you daily news and rumors, sometimes 2 and 3 videos a day. We have interactive Q&A mailbags, breaking news. If anything happens for the Kansas City Chiefs, whether I'm in the studio or I'm at home, whatever it may be, we'll bring you breaking news on the channel. Type me in the chat if you're subscribed. Sub it up. Spin the wheel of subs. YouTube.com/ChiefsTV. Tony is subscribed. Ethan is subscribed. Appreciate y'all for doing that. Also, you need to make sure and subscribe to Seattle Seahawks today. We are closing in on 64,000 subscribers on the channel. We are live for free agency on Seahawks today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And for all of you complaining about this being a simulcast today, Seahawk fans, you will have your day on Wednesday. You will not have to share with the Chiefs Report. You will have your own day on Wednesday, okay? I know everybody wants a little Jonesy, but you do not have to share me on Wednesday. We'll do a standalone show Wednesday, simulcast tomorrow for free agency coverage. We're covering every single signing. We're live today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. We went live for the Geno trade, the DK trade. We put out 4 videos on the channel yesterday. Insane. We're working our asses off around here. Tex, he's working overtime. We're running on fumes, if I'm going to be honest with you. If you love the Seattle Seahawks, you need to subscribe. Type me if you're subscribed to the channel. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV. Spin the wheel of subs. Help us reach 64,000 subscribers. Type me in the chat if you're subscribed. YouTube.com/SeahawksTV to subscribe now. And you'll be glad you did. All right. Lockett fan says, hi, Tyler. I'm a Chiefs fan, too. Well, Lockett fan, are you subscribed to the Chiefs Report? Head over there and subscribe to that channel, too. I know Tony is subscribed to both channels. I'm surprised I haven't heard Tony ask you for workout advice today.
Oh, you'd be wrong, because while you were gone, he
did
in the chat. Well, yes, he asked me about cardio and whether or not you should do your steady state cardio, like back to back with a weightlifting session, and I told him no. Do your cardio in the morning and your weightlifting at night, spread them out, or do your weightlifting in the morning and do your cardio at night. The one thing that you never want to do is do an hour or an hour and a half of steady state cardio right before or right after your workout. You want to space those out.
That's how you get hurt, right?
Not even just hurt. It's more about just like risking the gains that you're going to get out of that. You're going to get less muscular gains if your body is atrophying. Because what happens is when you do enough steady state cardio, your body will go from trying to build muscle to tear it down for energy stores, especially if you're a leaner person. So, Tony, spread it out, bro. Do that morning cardio, get your weights in later, or vice versa. Don't do them together, though. You will regret it.
You want
Listen to Big Tex.
You want a pouch, Tex?
Yeah, or not.
All right, here's what I got now. I just opened up a new can.
It's like when you open the new TV coverage.
It is. Oh, it even smells good.
Smells like neuro enhancement. Neurological enhancement.
Here's what I got in this new can.
Yep. Lay it on me.
We're going with Velo 9 Plus
Sheesh.
Winter Green.
That'll put
No
some hair
free
on your
ads,
chest.
but there is a certain convenience store with numbers you can figure out. And they have, right now, text this deal, $2 for a can of Velos for a limited time. They told me that it was going to end last week, but they still keep on going. So, but they only sell you one can a day. And the way they stop you from purchasing one more, you have to enter in your phone number. So I stopped at the gas station this morning, got my one can. This is what I went with. Here you go, Tex.
Thank you.
We'll salute together.
That's right. Well, if I can get one. Oh,
Whoa.
There we
we
go.
go.
too deep of a
Getting
grab.
a little handsy there.
I know.
Everybody raise your pouch. Cheers.
It's in there. Man, it's been
Bring
slow.
there.
Is Rodgers really the last move? Isaiah Rodgers? I guess it is.
Oh, yeah, we're still waiting.
Wow.
It's
on,
been
GMs.
slow. Come on, GMs, wake up. They're having lunch, I guess.
I guess.
A little lunch break.
A little pause in the action.
Orvano says that he wanted to tell you, Big Tex, he's 4'9", 250.
Damn, son. That's a unit right there.
That's a unit.
That's a compact frame right there, man. I thought I was short at 5'6".
4'9", 250.
You got about 100 pounds on me, brother. You're a stout man. Stout man right there. That guy can play defensive tackle in Pee Wee.
And Pee-wee.
Because the height.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got the mass, though. That's a unit. Impressive,
That's
bro.
a
I don't
unit.
have that much bulk. I'm a lean guy.
Lean on me
Good song.
when you're not strong.
I'll be your friend.
And I'll help you carry on. Whoa. It won't be long
Short. I'll
till
be
I'm gonna be somebody to lean on. Tony says he's 5'9", 185. That
That's
sounds
about-
like Darren Sproles.
That does. Sounds like a stocky running back in the NFL who averages about 4.8 yards per carry and is a goal line back. No doubt.
Yeah, 4'9", 185. Now,
That's a crazy measurable. It doesn't sound. He's got to be trolling us. There's no way that's that man's actual build. He is.
chat,
Trolling
let's ask everybody. Give us your height and weight if you want.
Give us your draft measurables.
Give us your draft measurables. I'm very curious what our boy Tony is. Tony Fuentes, I know you're still watching. Give us the measurables. Give us your height and weight. And Tex will
That's right. I'll
give
shout
you
out.
your custom workout advice based on your measurables. Give us your measurables. What is your height and weight? We have reached that point in the day, folks.
That's right.
Okay,
What's your
Tony
current
says
height and
he's
weight?
225. What's your height, Tony? Height and weight. What's your current height and weight? Tex will give you some advice, what you
That's
need
right.
to do. All right. Big Tex, let's roll through these real fast.
Okay.
CFan for life, 6'4", 245.
Damn, son.
What does he need to do?
Let's work on a little bit of a caloric deficit. Let's get about an hour and a half to 2 hours of training,
Got it.
2 to 3 times a week.
Tex, got to be faster than that. Let's keep
Okay.
going. Avaro, 5'10", 150.
I would say your diet's good. Just start lifting weights, man. Let's see. King says 6'1", 165, maybe a slight caloric surplus, and lift those weights.
Chris,
Let's see.
6'4", 190.
Maybe drop the LBs a little bit, and then just get that gym session going. I see Boskin is 6'5", 280. Trim up a little bit, get those workouts in, you'll be good. Let's see, one more. Bobby Clark, 5'11", 225. Lean out to 220 or 215, you'll be a monster.
Hunter, 6'4", 280.
Lean out to about 245, and you'll be unstoppable.
Dirty Earl, 6'6", 250.
Great height. Wait, what's the weight?
250.
250? Let's get you down to 235, and you'll be a lean MJ at that point.
Mr. Mike Hood, 6'1", 210.
6'1", 210. I like the weight range. Maybe we get to 205. We'll get you a little bit leaned out there. I like that.
Adam Baum, 6'2", 200.
That's a big guy right there. 200 pounds? I like it. Maybe 190. You'd be a little bit freakier. A little bit freakier of an athlete.
The Don, 5'10", 140.
5'10", 140. I weigh 140, but he has like 4 inches on me. I would say let's get you up to about 170, and you'd be a mean green fighting machine.
Jim, 5'10", 238.
5'10", 238. I think if we could get you down to 190 to 200 range, you'd be pretty good. A lot of tall people. The weights are kind of all over the place. We had a 4'9", 300-pound, 400-pound guy. Now we have a 6'5", 160.
This is a wild segment.
It is.
Let's see. Dalton's 5'6", 155.
5'6", 155. Snap your legs so they can grow 4 inches, and then put on about 20 pounds of muscle, and you'll be good, bro.
Lotus 5'11", 173.
173? Okay, let's get you down to 168. Let's get you a little bit leaner, but I like the stature you're working with, man.
Bernard Brown 5'8", 175.
That's a running back build right there, if I've ever heard one. Let's get you down to 165. Lean out a little bit.
Raw Hector 5'10", 175.
175? I like that weight at 5'10". Let's keep you at 175, work towards 170, and we'll get you a little bit leaner.
Indigo 5'6", 218.
Whoo! That's a unit. Stout. Let's get you down to like 185, get you into a little healthier weight range, and you'll be a lean, mean fighting machine.
Kingsley 6'5", 315. Tell the Hawks I'll be there in the 7th round.
Do you know Kingsley Sumataya?
Yeah.
That's another one where we could probably shed a few lbs, but I like the stature you're working with. You got a good blocking stance at that stature, and you could be a lean machine if you dropped about 30-ish.
CFan for Life says, I want Tex to know a real trainer I know gave me the same advice. Well, Tex is a real trainer, so that backs up.
That's right.
That adds up.
That adds up.
Miles 6 foot 200.
I like the weight. I feel like you could benefit from maybe going to like 185, from 200 to 185, lean out a little bit. I like the stature though. Good place to start.
Let's see what else we got here.
Let's see. Oh, I see Nick.
Holden 6 foot 180. He's 16 though.
Okay, 6 foot 180.
At 16 years old.
It's actually pretty sizable. I respect that. That's a good mass for that young of an age. And then I see Nick Ward, 5'9", 272. Whoo! That guy can block.
This is one of the best weigh-ins we've ever had. You guys have exploded
These are incredible.
The chat. Let me check a couple of Chiefs here. Anthony, 5'8", 250.
Maybe a little bit leaning out is in your future. If we could get you to maybe like 215, a little bit under 2. I know that's a big ask, but hey, everybody can get better. Everybody can get better. We're just giving feedback here.
Slamming is 6'2", 210, fast hands and a bit shifty.
Fast hands and a bit shifty. That's a tall wide receiver build if I've ever heard one. I'd say maybe drop 5-10 pounds, or maybe add him if you can keep him lean muscle growth there. I think that'd be pretty good, man. You got a good potential there with that frame.
Anthony, 5'8", 250.
5'8", 250. That is stout. That is stout. I will say 5'8's a little bit on the shorter spectrum. I'm a short king. I will say let's get you to like 190, and we'd be in that sweet spot there. You'd be a unit. You'd be a.
I think you're gonna like this one, Ethan.
Yep.
6'2", 165.
6'2", 165. Yeah, I like that because you have the opportunity to add a little bit of mass to your frame without compromising too much of your leanness. That's a great place to start. I would argue it's harder to start at a bigger size and lean down than it is to start at a smaller size and lean up.
Couple more, then we'll catch up on some signings here. Ethan, 6'2", 160. We already did that one. Ronnie, 5'9", 198.
I'd say probably like try to get you to like 185, and we'd be pretty solid there. I like the stature you're starting with. Christopher's saying 5'7", 220. Realistically, you want to be in like that 170 or 175 range, but I would say start with getting to 200 pounds. Lean down to 200, and then go from there.
Adam is asking, what is TJ's measurements? I'll give you my measurements. I have nothing to hide. You guys have been doing this. And Tex can do the same thing here.
Sure.
So to kind of give some, if you've been watching this show for a long time, you know I was a bit heavier at one point. At my peak, I was 345. Mm-hmm. I am now down to 205. I am 6'2" and 205. Tex remembers when I was a big guy. He saw my progress. He remembers Fat Jones. Tex, I've come a long way, but in the words of the late Kobe Bryant, the job's not finished. What do I need to do?
Hey, you told me yourself you were looking into getting into the gym. I know everybody can benefit from losing weight, but you can also benefit from gaining muscle. Helps you live longer. I think keep doing what you're doing from a diet perspective and just maybe step foot in the gym and lift up a dumbbell and see what you might like it, man. You never know. Help you channel your anger.
I hate going to the gym. Some signings here. Let me read. I'll read these here. Milton Williams, we told you earlier it sounded like that he was headed to the Patriots. That deal is done. The Panthers have signed Raiders star safety Trevon Moehrig, 3 years, $51 million. Let's see, what else we got here? Panthers, Panthers signing Trevon Moehrig, 3 years, $51 million. Okay, so that's all we have. Two more signings. Very slow at the lunchtime break at this point. The GMs are eating some lunch, and so we're waiting patiently. We're at 350 in Super Chats right now. Here's where we're at as far as our goals. I need to get 50 more to arm wrestle Big Tex, and I need 250 more to do another boot. We've already done one. Can we do another today? John Smith has entered the building. John, been a while, my friend. Welcome back. Can I tempt John Smith or others out there? 50 for an arm wrestling match. 250 for another boot, potentially. First-time Super Chatters, we'll chant your favorite team. We're live on both Seahawks Today and the Chiefs Report. Little simulcast. Whatever team you Super Chat to, we'll give you the team chant. $5 do a beer cheers. $10 are taking shots. $20 get bean poozled. $50 we will do a beer bong. If you want to get on today's show, there's no mailbag today. The only way you can get screen time and that you're guaranteed that we see the answer to your question or comment that you have out there is by sending us a Super Chat, $sign next to the chat box. If you would like to contribute and take part in today's show, you can do so that way. We're in a battle between these two channels, between Seahawks Today and the Chiefs Report. Seahawks Today has been kicking the Chiefs Report's ass. Seahawks Today is at $3.50. Chiefs Report is at $40. So, Chiefs fans, are you going to go down like that? Are you going to let your ass get kicked like what we've seen today by Seahawks Today? Every challenge we've done, because we've done from Super Chat Battle, chat rate, likes, Seahawks is undefeated today. The 12s have been strong today and had an incredible showing. I cannot say the same thing for the Chiefs Report. But we'll see. The day is still young. Still have plenty of time left. Maybe there's a second-half comeback in store for the Chiefs. This feels like, Tex, the performance we've seen between these two channels today, feels like we're watching the Super Bowl all over again, except the Seahawks are the Eagles in this case. Yeah. Peter says we made moves at least. I mean, that's true. Seahawks haven't done anything today. If you're just now joining us and you're a Seahawks fan, I'll recap all the signings right now. Yep, nothing happened. That's it. The Chiefs, meanwhile, made two signings today. Elijah Mitchell, and then Jaylon Moore also signed. I got the Moores mixed up there. Those are the signings we've seen from Kansas City. So, Rainwater Games, 345 to 205. Wow, great job, Tyler. Your beer diet really worked. Yeah, I only eat one meal a day. I do the pouches, do the Zins to take away my appetite. And I do drink a lot of liquids, as you could probably tell based on this show. Yes. Actually, no. That was yesterday. Keep going. Oh, there we go. Tex, I need to dispose of myself. Speaking of liquids, would you like to roll through the tracker? Guide people with what's happened today? After that boot that I took down earlier, folks, I have to dispose of myself. We keep the show going, though. There's no commercial breaks here, like live TV. We still roll through. And so while I go use the restroom, Tex is going to roll through every free agency signing that's occurred today through every team. If you're a Seahawks fan, nothing's happened yet. Chiefs, we've had two signings today. Tex is going to catch you up. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere as we continue here on Seahawks Today, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs Report.
What's up, 12s and Chiefs Kingdom? Let's go through the free agency moves today. Starting with J.C. Horn, cornerback, signed a 4-year, $100 million extension with $70 million guaranteed with the Carolina Panthers. Jaylon Moore, running back, signed a 1-year, $5.346 million deal to return to the Steelers. Khalil Mack, linebacker, signed a 1-year, $18 million deal, fully guaranteed. Ben Bredesen signed a 3-year, $22 million deal with $12.5 million guaranteed to go to the Bucs. Let's move on. Evan Brown, a center, signed a 2-year, $11.5 million deal to sign with the Cardinals. Hassan Reddick, defensive end, signed a 1-year, $14 million deal with $12 million guaranteed to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jaylon Moore, offensive tackle, one of the Chiefs' moves today, one of their 2 moves, signed a 2-year, $30 million deal with $21.24 million guaranteed. Chris Godwin, wide receiver, signed a 3-year, $66 million deal with $45 million guaranteed and signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's move on. Drew Dahlman, center, he signed with the Bears for a 3-year, $42 million deal, $28 million guaranteed. Braxton Berrios, dating, I believe, Alex Earl. Shout out Tyler for that earlier. Wide receiver signed a 1-year, $2 million deal with the Houston Texans. Elijah Mitchell, the Chiefs' other signing today in NFL free agency. They only had 2. One was Moore. The other one is Elijah Mitchell, running back, signs a 1-year, $3.5 million deal with the Kansas City Chiefs to replace Kareem Hunt in their running back room. B.J. Hill, defensive tackle, signed a 3-year, $33 million deal with $16 million guaranteed to sign with Cincinnati. Let's move on. Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle, signed a 3-year, $45 million deal with $30 million guaranteed to play for Washington. Robert Spillane, linebacker, signed a 3-year, $37 million deal with the Patriots. Jordan Lewis, cornerback, signed a 3-year, $30 million deal guaranteed of $20 million with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then the Jimmy Garoppolo, everybody's favorite quarterback, signed a 1-year deal, full year. What's up, man? How's it going, Alper? Got Alper in the background. Producer Alper, shout out to him. Jimmy Garoppolo, 1-year deal, full details TBA or TBD to be announced. Signing with the Rams. Let's move on. Paulson Adebo, cornerback. Full details, again, to be announced, but he signs with the Giants. Dan Moore Jr., the offensive tackle, signs a 4-year, $82 million deal with $50 million guaranteed with the Tennessee Titans. Derek Barnett, defensive end, signs a 1-year, $5 million deal with the Houston Texans. Carlton Davis III is a cornerback who signed a 3-year, $60 million deal with $34.5 million guaranteed with the New England Patriots. Getting a little bit closer here. J.K. Scott, punter, full details TBA, signed with the Los Angeles Chargers. Traymon Smith, cornerback, signed a 2-year deal worth up to $7.5 million with the Houston Texans. Morgan Moses, offensive tackle, signed a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Patriots. DJ Reid, cornerback, signed a 3-year, $48 million deal with $32 million guaranteed with the Lions.
Did you see the Seahawks news?
Nope, I will do that right now. Teacher just left me. Sorry, we just had breaking news.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold is a Seahawk! Let's go! F the tracker. We don't need that shit anymore. We got the real deal. Sam Darnold. He's a freaking Viking. Let's go. He's a Viking. He's a Seahawk. Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. Breaking news.
3 years, $110.5 mil, 55 guaranteed.
Did we make a pre-thumbnail for this?
I don't think so.
Can you change the live thumbnail to Sam Darnold?
I have to get ready for live, but yes.
Okay.
Yes, I can. Is it made?
No, you'll have to make one real quick.
Can you ask someone in there to help us out with that?
I got you.
Thank you.
All right. The Seahawks got their quarterback. Here we go, folks. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold to Seattle. Let's go. Sam Darnold. Breaking news. The Seattle Seahawks have made their first signing of free agency. Sam Darnold to Seattle. Breaking news. Sam Darnold. News coming out while I was using the bathroom. Sam Darnold to Seattle. All right. Thank you. I just updated the title. There it is, folks. Sam Darnold to Seattle. 3 years. $110.5 million, $55 million guaranteed. The Hawks have their quarterback. There's already a player card made, already listicles. You just need to change it to say Seahawks. Sweet. Let's go, folks. Breaking news. Sam Darnold to Seattle. Sam Darnold to Seattle. Just in, folks. 3 years, $110.5 million with $55 million guaranteed. Seattle's got their guy. Breaking news. We asked if the Hawks would make a big move today. There it is. I'm going to change the poll right now. Do you like the Seahawks signing Sam Darnold? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. Let us know right now. Do you like the signing? Yes or no? 66% say yes. 34% say no. Sam Darnold to Seattle. Breaking news. NFL free agency live. Chiefs report. Been a lot of fun to be here with y'all. We're going to sign off. We're going to change the background. This is going to be a full-on Seahawks show now. If you're a Chiefs fan, by all means, come hang out with us over on Seahawks Today as we react to this news. And this is going to be just a Seahawks show now the rest of the way as we react to Sam Darnold heading to Seattle, 3-year, $110 million deal. Chiefs fans, thanks for joining us. We will stay live on Seahawks Today as we react to the news. Sam Darnold headed to the Seattle Seahawks. Chiefs report. Appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. If any news happens, any more moves, we'll cover it here over the Chiefs report. But for now, let's head over to Seahawks Today for full coverage of Sam Darnold right now. In 3, 2, 1, there it is. Now we're back. We're home, everybody. We're home.